Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Unorthodox stream once again, but I didn't want to miss the Endwalker thing. Thank you. Just making announcements and stuff. So let's see. Yes, it is me. 96. Go. Making the announcements.
Understand that.
No, stop. Oh, jeez. Making the announcements. Do 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 do. Somebody said Fortnite Pog, and I feel that. Just give me a minute, chat. I'm just putting the announcements on the everything right now. Pardon me not giving you all my attention. I will soon. Okay, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. How goes? Thank you, Martimus. Let me know how the audio is also, by the way, everybody. How is the audio sound? How am I doing tonight? I'm doing alright. Golly, seeing Final Fantasy written in Japanese looks weird. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? A little bit. Audio's fine? Good? Okay, good, good, good. Whoa, Black Wolf Gaming, thank you for the 9 months. That's a Mithril shield, that is. Yeah, so, if you're curious, today I am streaming live from a hotel because I am at Gen Con. I didn't announce that I was at Gen Con because I just kind of want to do it for me. But, just, you know, a nice little vacation. And, along with me here, in the bathroom, is Echo!
Hi!
That is Echo, if you know Echo Gillette from various things, such as the YouTube channel, Echo Gillette. And also, is it okay if I talk about your role in that show? Yeah, I just feel bad about, like, mentioning that all the time. She was also Maud in BoJack Horseman. Maud, is that her name? Yeah, Maud. Oh my god, it does! Maud and Todd. Yeah. The con's been fun so far. I got to meet a bunch of D&D peeps. I've spent a lot of money buying things.
Okay, I'm here.
This is Echo.
Hello!
Turn us up a little bit. I heard Deltarune Chapter 2 is out today? Yeah, it is. I'm saving it. I haven't even completed Chapter 1 because I just want to play it all in full. That's what I want to do. Do you need help? Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. I think some of them know. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I think they also heard that.
Okay, well, hi.
This is my beautiful partner.
My silly, silly man friend.
Yes, man friend.
Yes. JoCat is my man. I call dibs.
It's funny how you, like, rarely call me by name. You just say, hey, my man.
Yeah, I introduce you as my man because saying my boyfriend feels so awkward.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
It feels like such a weird expression.
Turn this up a little bit.
Alright. Move the chair.
Move this down a little bit. Your first JoCat stream? Well, this is one that's not the usual. This is very unorthodox.
This doesn't represent the norm.
No, it is not representative of the final product. Maybe I should swap these around.
Maybe.
Because this is the bigger screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pardon, chat. This is gonna be wacky a little bit. Sorry for the weirdness. Briefly. There we go. Full screen this. Swap this around. Oh god. I'm not gonna hear anything for a little bit. Beep, 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 beep. Just, ooh.
What are you doing?
I'm moving things around.
Okay.
So that the big screen can be our main screen,
Ah.
and then the laptop screen can be the secondary screen. There we go, where the chat is. Yeesh. Yeesh. Sheesh. Here's hoping Salted Earth targets get nuked. Oh yeah, Salted Earth. Will this reach actually? Oh, it will. Okay, good. So this is the. I think this is right. This is no. This is left. Here we go. Okay. We'll move this here so it doesn't pick up. Ba ba ba. Test test. How's the audio, chat?
Where's your audio settings?
Down here.
Ah, I see. Oh,
Yeah?
I see.
Oh, I see. I hear Scholar is gonna end up shoved in a locker. Yes, because Sage is just stealing Scholar's job, and it looks way cooler. Sadly.
I'm very new to
Yeah,
this
Echo
craziness,
is
so you're gonna have to explain some things as it
yeah.
happens.
Echo is new to Final Fantasy XIV. She is right before the Titan. No, she is. Yes, she's right before Titan. She just started.
Still a sprout.
Yeah. Just started, you know, just slowly going through ARR.
Getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, pardon if you hear noises outside. I don't have my normal microphone, so it's picking up everything. You're gonna hear some cars and stuff. Thank you to Drosvin. Holy crap, 23 months.
Oh, pre-Titan story pacing.
Yeah.
Is it really bad?
Well, you
It just
experienced
gets
it.
better? Is that what you're saying? Is like a post-Titan
Yes.
story is where it gets better?
Yeah. We got the
Okay.
cheese and the wine and
Yep, did all the errands.
yeah. False Pygmy, thank you for the 6 months. Almost Bun Boy time, yeah. Catboys are gonna go extinct.
No!
Because Bun Boys, they fill the same niche but are new and fancy. I'm gonna take this off so that it doesn't jingle all the time.
Good
Sorry,
idea.
if you heard jingling, it's not because there's a animal in the room. There we go. There will probably be spoilers. Is that likely? She's probably not
I
gonna.
don't
This
think
is so
so.
far ahead that
It's not even something I have to worry
you're
about.
probably not gonna have to worry about it. Like it's, yeah. But what if it was a JoCat? It's funny because that's why she got it for me.
Yeah.
It was a bell choker.
It's very cute. It's very cat.
Elderall, thank you for the 28 months. Anonymous Cheer for the 100 bits, thank you. He's Rot for the 8 months. Yo, it's good to see you doing well, Joe. Yeah, thank you. And Not So Dapper Spud, thank you as well for subscribing. I'm completely new to Final Fantasy XIV. What's Endwalker? Endwalker is the next expansion that is going to end the current story arc, which has been ongoing since ARR's release back in 2013. So this is kind of like Avengers Endgame,
Ooh.
with how big of a deal this is. It's not the end of Final Fantasy XIV, just like how Endgame was not the end of the MCU, but it is a major footnote. Or not footnote. Major
Plot point?
chapter.
Okay.
Time for plot payoffs, yeah. Oh, War Striker, thank you. Oh, my, who could have done this? Thank you for the 9 months. It will also end walking in the game as you know it. Yeah, that's why it's called Endwalker. We won't be able to walk anymore. No more lore walking.
Only cars and polar bears?
Yep. Yeah. JoCat is the only guy I'd ever simp for, real not gonna lie. Oh, thanks. Whoa!
Ooh.
Holy crap.
Oh, a lot of that came through all at once.
Awesome Tree. Thank you for gifting, what is that, 10 subs? Wow, thank you.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thanks. Much appreciated. Put the mic.
Much better idea.
I'm like talking at like the.
Yeah, I feel like it should be
this
over
way.
here.
Yeah, maybe it should. Yeah.
There we go.
So.
Can confirm JoCat is a good one to sim for.
Thank you. There we go. Now the mic is in front of my computer so
There
that
we
I'm
go.
talking at it. Can you see the? I know the text is
Yeah.
small. It's far away.
I can read it. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, so for those of you just joining in, the context is I am streaming from a hotel room because I escaped Hurricane Ida to Echo's place 2 weeks ago because I had no power or internet. And then now the original plan was that we were going to come to Gen Con. And that's where I am right now, at Gen Con. And I wanted to relax and stream and just be low vibes for the rest of the night.
Lo-fi.
Lo-fi. Does anybody know how long the live letter usually is? Like an hour, 2 hours? Thank you, Sparkly Wood, for the bits. Simp hype.
You have such a cool community.
Thank you. Finally catching a stream? Yeah!
Welcome.
Welcome. Lo-fi vibes. Isn't it like 2 to 4 hours? 2 to 3 hours? Yeah, okay. If at any point you're feeling tired, like, no need to stay for like, feel free to bounce at any point, and then I'll be quieter.
Oh, you don't have to worry about being quiet.
Okay.
I would just listen to your stream anyway.
But yeah, my house, if you're wondering about the damage, my house is fine. It was not flooded, it was not hit, nothing is broken. The only damage that is there is from a few shingles on the roof, which I can easily get replaced, which is great, because I recently got those shingles redone,
good.
so I have not insurance, but like a warranty.
Good.
That paid off immediately. Lilzy Bitplays, thank you for the 4 months. It's 4 months, not 3. Way to go. I've discovered a new recipe. Oh.
Ooh, ooh.
It's the login screen. New login screen. Okay, so this will have spoilers for anybody who has not completed Shadowbringers. So if you are in Shadowbringers or are really good at remembering everything and don't want spoilers, I would leave now.
I'm
Because-
gonna take all of the spoilers.
Yeah, because I'll be real, you are far away from all of this.
Okay.
Oh, is there translation?
Thank you very much for tuning in and welcome to the Final Fantasy XIV letter from the producer live number 66. 皆さんにご挨拶お願いします。Thank you for watching. My name is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy
Yoshi P.
14. 皆さんおはようございます。Final Fantasy XIV プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。よろしくお願いします。 はい、そして今日は
He was the guy who gave you the
はい
umbrella.
いらっしゃいます。
Remember
お
when
願い
we
し
did the
ます
event?
Yes.
He was like, "Thank you for being an
Hello,
adventurer
my
in
name
this
is
world."
Heidi. I'll be helping with
I like that.
translation support
That's
for
very
today's
cool.
broadcast. 今回の通訳サポートを務めさせていただきます竹あゆみです。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
And lastly, my name is Toshio Morochi, also known as a Fox Clone, your global community producer here. 信号を務めますコミュニティチームモルボルことモルウチです。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
はい、
はい。
よろしくお願いします。
はい。
ということで、まず最初に、
いやまあちょっと押したのはさ、
はい、
まあ僕がギリギリまでタバコ行ってたっていうのも悪いんだけど、オープニング画面をね、いかにうまく見せるかっていうのをギリギリまで測った
Do they still have the screen in front of them?
So we
Yeah, I think they're still
started
doing.
just a little bit
Oh,
late to this time. Of course, Yoshida had to step out to smoke a cigarette, but that's beside the point. We were trying to show off that opening sequence there.
Yeah, the login screen.
We wanted to time it just right, and we were struggling until the very last minute there. So apologies.
yeah, I'm doing fine after Ida. My house is fine. I'm fine. All is well.
出てきてよかった。いや、
Your power's back.
My power's back. My power came back as soon as I went to Echo's place.
Very cool.
Which, on the upside, at least it means your house is all. It's
実は
gonna
大
be good when you
変
get
で
home.、
まあ巨大なものをこう動か
And you
す
can
ん
get
だ
back
け
to
ど
a normal
14って可変
streaming
フレームレー
schedule
ト
and
なので、
Yeah.
やっぱちょっとやっぱり微妙にその描画精度でちょっと落ちたりずれたりとかしてうまいスピードに合わせるのが結構難航して、サウンドに渡すのもフィックス渡すのも結構遅くなったんでご迷惑をおかけしました。
Thank you so much. It was quite a struggle, a big undertaking to make the
Audio sounds fine, chat?
And we're trying to move large objects on screen, of course, with the
Just making sure,
frame
'cause
rate, it is a very challenging,
such a different setup.
element to kind of render, and depending on the
Yeah?
quality of the
All right,
rendering,
cool.
it's quite difficult to get the
Like, I can
timing
see
just
the
right.
bouncy
So
audio
we did struggle on that.
thing.
I'm afraid it did.
Call is a little bit
delay
low.
us in
Okay, I'll turn it up.
handing over the animation over to the sound.
はい。で、今
How's
日
that?
はなんですけど、
I guess we just won't
今
talk
日の
over
ピエール
them.
はちょっと特殊な回なので、まず最初に今日がなんでどういう段取りなのかをちょっと説明させていただきます。
はい。
So
You're welcome.
this letter live is kind of special one, so let me explain
You
what
can
is
also
the
turn
setup
up
for
the
today.
Yes, that's
まず
true. So we could actually turn it down for us.
あゆみさんに通訳に入っていただいて、
at whatever
日本語と英語の場合で
Yeah, we can turn it down for us, and then we can turn it up for the
First
chat.
and foremost,
There you go.
This letter live is the bilingual in both
Better.
Japanese and
Yeah.
English, so we have
So that
Ayumi-san
we can
here,
think
and
talk
she
without-
can help
Yeah.
translating your system
Good
speech. And then during the letter live,
You can hear it all right?
how it works
Yeah,
is
great.
Yoshida-san basically speaks in Japanese, and then Ayumi-san translate his comments into English. So まず吉田さんが原則日本語で、
Please, please let the healer changes be merciful. Yeah, they've been kind of homogenized recently, and they feel very similar.
私ですけれども、毎回これも言うんで
And I
すけど、
do hope that they give
私は
Scholar
自
some
分は
love
自分で
to
訳して
compensate
いくん
for
ですが
Sage coming.
今日南部化構成なんですけど、最後の最後のお知らせコーナーが来るまで、私からは大して重要なことは申しません。ので、あれ今も
Every AST main is nervous right now. Yeah, because they're changing it to a pure healer now.
特にあはって
I
言って
hope
る
they,
だけだな
I
って思
hope
っ
they
とい
keep
て
the
いただけ
card
れば
buffs.
い
I
いか
hope
な
they
と思い
make the
ます。
card buffs
そういう
interesting
ご理
again
解でよろしく
instead of
お願い
buff range damage,
So,
buff
and then-
melee damage.
Then I will translate myself by myself. But if you
Hi,
notice,
JoCat. I'm a
if I miss
huge fan
translating something,
on
but
YouTube,
just
but I
because
hardly ever get to tune
nothing
into your
important information is
streams.
coming from my mouth,
I'm not in a great
so
spot to donate,
until
but
very
please
end
read
at
this if
the
you
announcement phone section.
you have inspired me to
I
do
mean,
so many things I
am just
and
nodding
made me
and
laugh so
saying,
hard.
Wow, it is
Can I have a
so
shout out? It
Japanese,
would
so
mean yeah,
maybe.
of course. I'm
And then
glad.
Today's
Don't
Letter Live has
hold on, let me- don't worry about not being able to donate. Like by all means, like do not apologize for not donating because if watching my stuff and not being able to join my stream and just watching my videos is all the support you can give, then that is more than enough. Thank you.
Yeah, like you are contributing your time.
Yeah, your
Yes.
time, if your time is all that you can give, that is more than I could ever ask. Drasvin, thank you for the 5 months. Or 5 gifted subs, sorry. Wow. Sorry, I had to mute the stream because I was talking, I couldn't think.
バトル関連、
There we go.
主に PVE ですけれども、バトル関連の調整のお話、そしてさらにその他のいくつかお知らせがありますので、そういう話をやっていって、まあ賞味4時間ぐらいですかね。
わかんないな、わかんないな。まあ今日私こちらにニコニコとTwitch と YouTube とコメントが全部あるんで、大概こっちに行ってる場合コメント見てると思ってください。
So just to let you know, Yoshida-san has the monitors for Nico Nico, Twitch, and YouTube broadcasts. And he's
I'm in
following along
Australia,
with the
so I have to get up
comments, so
super
don't mind him
early.
if he kind
Oh,
of
sorry.
drifts off to the side of the screen. He's just checking the comments.
If you need to sleep, don't worry. I'd rather you be healthy and taking care of yourself than watching my stream.
Looking at this direction to check your comments. はい、皆さんのコメント、私の方は画面こっちにありますので、私がこっちを見てるときは、なるほど、なんかコメント読んでんだなと思っていただければと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。
結構ね、見てるか吉田とかね、寝てるかとかね。
Thank you, Shackle Draconis, for the 23. Oh, one more and you get your sword and shield. Wait, no, that's 12 months. 24 months is 2 years. Holy
he
crap.
Looks kind of sleepy. And is he asleep? Etc. Etc.
寝てたらね、発売できない。
Since Paladin is the poster boy for this expansion, I hope Paladin gets a lot of love.
We won't be able to release the game if we're taking time to sleep.
だって14のほら巨大さはさ、皆さんもよく知ってるじゃないですか。
Oh, he's got the 2 pins of the new
あれを全部見るんですよ。
That's Reaper and that's Sage.
サブクエストの端からね、ありとあらゆるものを見てってるんで、寝てられないんですよ。
I mean, you understand how large FF14
I'm still working
is.
through Shadowbringers, but I'm looking forward to see what changed. Well, keep in mind that there might be a bunch of spoilers in this, so if you care about spoilers, I would bounce.
As well, so there's no time for sleep.
まあなので、今日は今モルゴルが言ってくれたように、
Imagine Paladin getting a res. That would be cool. A tank with a res. That'd be amazing.
主に PVE、それからバトル関係のシステム周りだったりとかアップデートの、詳細というよりジョブに関してはコンセプト
Paladin value would go through the roof.
例えば PVP の新しいコンセプト
It would be unfair, I think.
っていうのは次回の PLL で特集するので、そこはぜひご承知おきください。
Miss anything hilarious? I don't think I'm going to be very entertaining or funny this stream, honestly. I think I just wanted to chill and hang
we will
out.
be covering the different elements with this PLL, and we will have another follow-up immediately before the release of Endwalker, but we will be covering the different elements of the new expansion. So for this PLL,
Sorry
it's
about
going
the
to
noise
be
outside.
primarily about the PvE items, the battle system updates, and the job changes. We won't delve too far into detail for each individual jobs, but we would like to go over the different concept that went into.
Okay, so we're not going to get job
updates
actions
that we'll
today.
be making. Unfortunately, PvP and Disciples of the Land in Hand information will be next PLL, so I'm afraid we will not be covering it during today's broadcast. So apologies in advance.
であと特筆すべきなのは、やっぱりジョブのその例えば 6.0 の
Pally Res would make them required for Savage content? I don't think so, because Red Mage and Summoner have a res, but you don't need them for Savage content. Some people just replace them with a Black Mage who doesn't have a res, you know? I mean, it's nice to have an extra res, but you don't need it. So, I think if they did give Paladin a res, it would increase their value
And of course, we also wanted
immensely,
to make note
but I don't
that
think it would
with
make
the
them
different
required.
job updates. I'm afraid we won't go into detail, so we won't be like, oh, Paladin's going to do this, and the action's going to be like that, and potencies is this and this and that.
Because there's a risk.
Well, one thing, if we said everything, it would take forever for the broadcast. But we will be doing a media tour where we invite members of the media as well as influencers to get a glimpse of the new content, some of the new areas, and all of the jobs available at the upcoming level cap of level 90. So they will be creating information and content to share with you, and they will go live after an embargo lifts. So I hope that people will tune into that information.
Yeah, to 90. Every expansion they up the level cap by 10.
That's cool.
Yeah, originally the level cap was 50, and then Heaven's Order was 60, Stormblood was 70, right now it's 80. Yeah, most MMOs do that. But yeah, what I was gonna say, hold on, let me just mute this. What I was gonna say was, the reason why I don't think Paladin res would be bad and required is because I think it would be just like DPS reses, where you don't want the non-healer to res. You want the healer to res because the non-healers are busy doing other things. For example, the tank is too busy doing damage or tanking, right? And the DPS are too busy DPSing. You don't want the red mage to raise if there's still a white mage, because the red mage is doing more damage than the white mage, so the white mage should be giving up their damage to raise instead of the red mage, right? And that's how I see it if they give Paladin a res in this hypothetical. And also, you know, Paladin, they need that mana to do their magic rotation, you know? So I think it balances itself. In fact, you know, ideally, no one should be raising, right? Living Dead needs to change. Agreed.
So,
it is the worst invuln
because it we would like to bring
requires
points.
so
First
much
of
work,
which is,
and
of course we'll be talking about
otherwise it
Endwalker
just
today,
doesn't
but
do
we
anything.
are still making final adjustments. It is still in development. And
Yeah,
so
Paladin
please
doesn't have
understand
Swift cast.
that
I think it's already balanced
are
itself.
subject to change.
そしてですね、もう一つ大事なことなんですけど、確かに私疲れております。疲れているのは
Paladin doesn't have Swift cast, so they would have to sit there.
そういうのはないです。顔がね、そういう顔なんです。怒ってたりとかは決して
Requiescat?
してないので、
Yeah, but
真面目に話すとなぜかね、怒ってるって言
so
われるんで、
yes, you're right. Requiescat removes cast times, but how many paladins during Savage content Requiescat clemency, right? You would use your res as much as you would use clemency. That's you know, like, and you never use clemency, right? Because the healer should heal you, not you, right? That's why I think it wouldn't be overpowered.
This is my face, so whenever I'm talking about something serious, I
You probably don't
give
know
off the
any of the
impression
things
that
that
I'm
I'm
angry, but
I'm
please
picking up
understand
like
I'm not.
some of it from
I am
context.
tired, so I
You're
might
so ahead of me.
my speech
Clemency's
might not
last resort,
catch
exactly.
up with me quite.
So is rezzing
I
on
might
a
stutter at
DPS.
times, but please understand.
いつもじゃんって書かれてる YouTube。
Yeah, that's good disclaimer.
YouTube comments saying, but you're always like
いつも疲れてる。いや、言いますよ。はい。
さあじゃあ、
This is streamed on Twitch.
まあ一応
And I'm streaming to Twitch. In Prague, clutch clemencies can sometimes save a run. That's true. But
okay,
you know,
I think
like
we are
Paladin
ready to
isn't
jump
valued
into
more
the
than
content
other
here.
tanks.
I believe there is
And,
a strict sort of end time
like I said,
limited here too, so
the
we're just gonna
DPS that can raise
go
are not
into it, take our
valued
time,
over other
and
DPS
explain as
because
needed.
other DPS have other things to offer. Here we go. God, that new red mage hat looks amazing. New red mage outfit. Ugh, I love it. That's a new dancer outfit. It looks like a gymnast. Spats.
Oh, I love it. It looks like a gymnast and a belly dancer.
Yeah, a little bit.
方針をざっと説明しちゃおうかなと思っております。
So of course, we are going to be discussing about the different job updates.
Yeah, Red Mage is valued highly for week 1 prog, but not valued
I do want
over
to
the others
that
when,
encompasses,
you know,
all of the different jobs in
when
general.
the content is figured out, right? I think it's okay for some jobs to be good at some things than others compared to others. I think that's okay.
So just
Gives
as
them a
a
niche where
baseline,
they're good at things
we
compared to other
are sort
jobs.
of building upon what we have adjusted in Shadowbringers 5.0.
Then again, I'm bad at balance, so I like it when things are broken, personally. You gotta keep that context in mind. I like it when things are up to 11. I played Dota, and Dota is like if League of Legends had
And
no
of course,
balance.
with the new level cap, we do add some more actions, but we haven't incorporated any sort of brand tacked on there or made anything too complicated.
まあもちろんベーシックのコンセプトはまあ5-0を引き継いでってるんですけど、まあ新しいアクションっていうのは当然たくさんありますし、変わってるところっていうのも各ジョブね、それぞれ大小ではありますけど結構あるので、まあその辺の方針は今日
More buffs than nerfs. Yeah, I like buffs.
And
In
of
interesting
course,
ways, not
with
just
the
number
basic
adjustments.
thought being building upon Shadowbringers 5.0. Of course, there are new elements that are added leading up to Endwalker, and different elements that we have changed, may it be small or big. So we would like to go over some of the concepts or the directions that we've taken for these different updates.
でこうなん一部ね
But League doesn't have any balance. Well, I wouldn't know. I don't play League.
3.x シリーズ
I play Dota, where everything is cranked up to 11.
ちらほら見るんですけど、いや
It's like
やらない
you'll
です
get
よ
your first ability will be instantly kill the enemy,
ジョブの扱いは難しいわ、コンテンツは難しいわ。
and then like when you upgrade it, it's like instantly kill the enemy and also their dog.
安定してるかなと思うので、この方針を
And then you upgrade it again, and it's like instantly kill the enemy and also their
And of course,
dog,
there
and
are
then steal
a
their
small group
house.
of you that desire for that complexity of what we've done in the 3.x series. But I'm afraid we won't go in that direction. It's quite a struggle because not only does the job actions become complicated, the content themselves make it kind of compoundedly worse. So I think we are at a good sort of stable place post Shadowbringers. So I think we would like to continue in that direction.
Yeah, the jobs in Shadowbringers are so extremely refined. There are barely any redundant skills, and there's like barely anything I think they can remove or change because all the jobs are so like well sanded down. And there's like, because back in the day there were a lot of skills that like
different players have different
they
tastes.
could
Some
remove,
people
and they
might
did
say,
remove.
Oh, I love the 3.0
They were just kind of
series, 4.0
pointless.
series, or etc. But I think looking at it from a general sort of perspective and from Yoshida's point of view, looking at 14 throughout these years, we do feel that 5.0 seems to fit as many people as possible.
Black
so,
Mage needs a low-level
apologies, but
rework.
this is
Yes,
kind of the
Black Mage is
direction
so
we're taking.
boring to level. You get your fire, you get your ice, and then you just do that for like 30 levels. Blue needs to be a real class? No. That would be a nightmare to balance, and it will result in some crazy unstructured
another
games
thing that encompasses all of the jobs
progging.
is regarding their attacks and some of the like primary abilities and their recast timing. I think we've kind of equalized it to kind of lean towards that 60-second or 120 seconds.
To give you guys an example of like some of the skills that are useless, and also to give you context as well, there used to be a skill that all healers had called Protect, and what it did was it reduced the damage you took by like 10% for 30 minutes, and you would cast that at the beginning of the dungeon, and then it would just last the whole dungeon. Now I'm gonna trivia you on some game balance.
All right.
What is the flaw in that?
I mean, it feels like it's a long time.
Right. And nothing can remove it. So you just cast it, they just take 10% less damage now.
Does it just recharge at the same rate?
No, you can cast it as many times as you want.
Yeah, I feel like that's a problem. I
Uh-huh.
feel like there's a lot of problems wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts too long, you can cast it on too many people. It's just kind of overpowered, isn't it?
Sort of and sort of not. The reason why it's a problem is because if you cast this once at the beginning of the dungeon, and it lasts the whole way, and it just reduces the damage, and does nothing special, and there's no thought into it, why not just have that be the default? Because there's no... You either... It's like the free action thing, where it's like, if this can only benefit you, and there's no reason not to use it, is it even a choice?
I was gonna say, because it's like, what if they don't cast that? But I mean, if you have a decent healer, they should be doing that at the beginning of every single dungeon for every single person.
There's no reason not to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's not even a choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they removed it. And that's the kind of skills that they remove. It's skills that have no player choice or skill involved. You just press it, and then does its thing. Like,
it's like,
yeah, just improve their defense by 10% and remove the skill.
No, that one still remains to be 90 seconds. Apologies.
Now, what is
such an easy fix too?
Yeah.
So
Now, the argument against removing it, I think, has been an argument that I've started to realize is more valid. And that's what you lose by removing that is novelty.
Okay.
The feeling of like, oh, we have to prep for the dungeon, and I'm putting this protection on you. And it's not a measurable, quantifiable thing, but some people like the feeling and the roleplay element of protecting and preparing. Same thing, somebody mentioned hot drinks and cold drinks in Monster Hunter. In Monster Hunter, if, say, you went to a desert, it was too hot, you would get exhausted, you had to drink a cold drink. But it didn't do anything, it just meant that you're not exhausted in the desert anymore. It's the same thing, you know. If the only thing it does is to make the game playable, why not just make it playable from the start?
Yeah.
But removing that removes the roleplay element of drinking a cold drink so you can go to the desert. So you lose novelty for the sake of cleaner gameplay.
Everybody's kind of looking at me weird, like, what is he doing?
Recast time of primary abilities will be adjusted to align with 60 or... That's good, because Paladin's rotation is weird. It's like 62 seconds rotation. It's so weird. Where like all your abilities and stuff come off cooldown and you finish your rotation and stuff at like 62 seconds. So you don't align with everybody else. That's good.
それを頭の中にまず
Protect
入
it.
れた状態で、見ていただきたいものがあるので、皆さん頭の中に入ってます？大丈夫ですか？
So again,
It was added for penalty for dying, though, as you would force the healer to need to recast it, or you get... Well, that's what weakness and Brink of Death is, though, right? They just made that inherent with Brink of Death.
Or 120-second cast timing. So with that
and
in
weakness.
mind, there
you know,
will
when
be
you die, you have lower stats.
kind of change.
It's the same thing, but you don't have to press the
accordance
protect button.
Those updates. So if you could keep that in mind, and there's something that I want to watch, I want you to watch as you think about
rely
that.
on a healer.
Yeah.
So I already
Which I guess
said
some
that
people
this
don't like that streamlining because it lowers the skill gap.
I
think it's just...
コメントはしません。ぜひですね、ゆっくりご覧いただければと。
Yeah, manification is 110 seconds. That's, yeah, very strange.
Right. So we will be looking at a 20-minute footage.
Game,
none of
Bookworm
us here
Adventure
will be
2.
making any comments, so if you could take your time to watch the
People are asking.
footage,
People are
and
asking
then
what
he has more
game
to
this
say.
is. This is Bookworm Adventure
さあ、それ
Deluxe
で
2.
は、
I
6.0
wasn't
エンドウ
sure.
ォーカーのジョブアクショントレーラーとなっております。
If only there was some way that Twitch would show what
This
game it
is
is,
the
but
6.0 job action
there
trailer.
isn't, so I have to tell them.
どうぞ。
Like a
Business marketing.
like a label of some kind under the stream.
You're so sassy.
It gets sassy sometimes.
Sassy cat.
Ooh. Oh. Are they gonna show job actions? Oh, that's the old limit break. That's one thing I wanted, was a new limit break for Paladin. Job actions, yes! New skills. New skills. You're not gonna know what any of this
I'm
means.
not gonna know what any of this means.
Oh. Okay. The eye of Nidhogg looks different, or whatever, Dragon's Eye. Okay. I only know a little bit about Dragoon. I think that's new. That's not. I only recently started playing Dragoon a little bit. Ooh, that's new. New animation, upgrade for the flower dot. Okay. Ooh, Larry's gonna be happy about that. It's like a new pole dance. Eye of Nidhogg. Okay, yeah. Ooh, what was that? That was like a double helix dragon. Okay. Let's see if we can hear Shen in the distance. The warrior Shen's main. Okay, where's the punch? Oh, that's new, I think. There's a punch there it is, there's a punch. What is that, upgraded? Or like AoE upheaval? What is that? Okay, yep. Rage mode. Fell Cleave! Fell Cleave! Fell Cleave! Ooh! You can turn into Sonic! Red Mage, here we go. Okay, so yeah, that's their AoE melee. What is that? Oh, that's the thing we saw in the trailer. What is that? Oh, they have like 3 little diamonds. What? Oh, so if you melee, you get little diamond thingies. Okay, Verholy. Yeah. Woo! I like that. They put a finisher on their finisher. Ooh. Oh, 3 Aether Flow. Okay. Oh no, they start with 3 Aether Flow, I think. I think they always had 3 Aether Flow. I think it's Summoner that has 2. Okay. Okay. Ooh, explosion. Ooh, new AoE animation, I think. Okay, not too exciting. Dark Knight. They've got a healer here. Ooh, oh no, that's okay. That's old stuff. Right. Ooh. I don't recognize so many of these skills because my camera zoomed out so far. Yeah, let's pray. Yeah. AoE. Are they gonna give him a 3rd AoE? I can't tell. Frey is in the way. I think... I can't tell. All their abilities look the same. Just a bunch of darkness and goop and blackness. I'm sure all the Dark Knight mains see all the cool stuff. Okay, so Dancer got a new step. So this is technical step, I think. Yes. Yeah, I think that was a technical step. No, that was 5. Okay, yep. Getting feathers instantly. That never happens. What was that? Yeah, it's kind of like a support DPS. So they give bonuses and buffs to a dance partner. Yep, improvisation. Yeah. Oh, is that like a big heal? We get a big heal now? Oh, this is Garlemald. Flamethrower. Yep. That's a shotgun. I wonder what that is. They use their auto crit before they use the shotgun. So I wonder if that's something you can only do with your crit button. Yeah. Oh! What was that? Automaton Queen. There she is. Do you give her stuff? What is he doing? I can't tell what's going on. I'm sure it was cool. Gunbreaker. I don't know anything about Gunbreaker. Razor saws? Yeah, it looked like... Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna know anything about Gunbreaker. Oh, they have 3 cartridges now instead of 2. Okay. I know that people are complaining about them not having a cartridge combo for AoE. So I hope they get something with that. Man, it's like they gave every job like a partner ability that they could give to somebody. Because like so many of these had like a second person near them. Please, please, AoE Refulgent Arrow, please. Mage's Ballad. Oh, what is that? They've got like samurai stickers. What the heck? This is Bard. So that's Refulgent Arrow. Okay. Do you get stickers for playing all the songs? Yeah, that's gotta be the AoE Refulgent. I hope so. Oh, you play your violin! Ooh! It's like a extra pitch perfect. Combo songs, yeah! Balance, okay. Alright, Astrologian, what do you get? Astrologian is another one that I don't really know, so I'm not gonna know what's going on. They also have like a samurai sticker thing. What's going on? Is everyone just stealing Samurai's gimmick now? No, that was not an upgraded Apex arrow. Wait, no, that was not. Yes, that was a Apex arrow and then a second Apex arrow thing. Like a Apex Arrow 2 or something. They've had that? Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's by the sticker thing. Larry Zauer called it stickers. Whenever a samurai, whenever you finish your combo, here we go, samurai. Whenever you finish your combo, you get a sticker. You see in those three things, those are stickers. So when you finish a combo, you get a sticker, and depending on how many stickers you do, when you do your special move, like that, that's like a dot. So then, now you have 2 stickers, so now you get an AoE. It's like, swoosh, an AoE in front of them. And then when you get 3 stickers, you can do a big slash. Ooh. So now, like, other classes have this sticker gimmick now. Yeah, it looked like a shield. It looked like Samurai got a shield. Yeah, so there's a big slash. Woo, they did it, like, instantly after. Woo, what is that? What is that? Okay, that was the just give Kenki button. Whoa, whoa! Oh, White Mage. That's you.
This is me.
You don't even know all your full kit.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Please tell me you got rid of Fluid Aura. Nobody uses that. Okay, Afflatus Misery. What the heck? You can plant things?
Oh, my
You can
head hurts.
plant like a little bell? Oh no.
Oh,
No. Ah, please. Oh. Okay, the bit rate's dead. Ooh, Mega Holy or something. Oh, the music's all distorted now.
Oh my god.
Okay, Ninja. Jevy's probably either happy or mad.
It sounds like a sad music box.
Yeah.
Like a record that's not working.
Yeah. Yep. Ooh, what? What is that? What the heck? Python. Woo! Everyone's Sonic! Everyone's Sonic the Hedgehog. White Mage can plant a good berry, yeah. Black Mage, okay. Lines. Ice. Ice, Blizzard 4. Fire 3, Fire 4. What is that extra crystal they have? That's new. They've got like a blue and red crystal. That wasn't there before. Ooh, Fire Tornado. Oh. What the what? Oh, so these, it's like you have to stay in like the special phase, and it's hard to explain.
Is that just something that comes later?
Yes. Like every job has like a special little thing that they have specific. Like White Mage gets lilies. New animation, maybe. I don't know what. Okay, so that's. Oh my god, insta foul. What? Or misery, I think. 3 miseries in a row. Sage! Ooh,
Oh,
this is the new one. Yeah. I have no idea what any of this means. Nobody knows. It's just abilities.
Silly little sprout thing.
Yeah. Whoa. Box. Whoa! Oh, you can dash in. They have a gap closer. Healer with a gap closer. Okay. No!
No!
Oh. Okay, well. Monk. Pour one out for the Monk mains. They have not had a good job. I hope Monk will be fun now, finally. From what I hear, Monk is, like, the least favored job. Ooh, what was that dash? That was like a DBZ dash. They get stickers, too. They get...
Oh.
Why is everybody getting stickers? Interesting. Like, look at that! That's like a Dragon Ball dash! That looks cool! I might play Monk. Oh, you can fill it with different things. Oh, those are the different stances that you get from a combo. Okay. Summoner, I know nothing about. I can hear Larry telling healers to adjust. Look, they have stickers too. They got like jewels. Oh, that's Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. Okay. Why do they have a carbuncle out? Are they getting a rework? Do they not summon the primals anymore? Larry really was right when he said that Summoner gets a new job every expansion. Oh my god, they get Big Garuda! Whoa, what the heck? It's as big as Bahamut! Carbs or glams? I don't know. Like, why would they glam the carbuncle unless it's for a reason, right? Why would they glamour the carbuncle? Is Carbuncle just their default now? And then he summons Titan. Look how big he is! He's massive! I think this is what people wanted Summoner to be, where you just summon the bosses for like a single thing, like in Final Fantasy games. Yeah, I think you don't have the boss eggies anymore. Oh. It's just a new job now. This is a totally new job now. Basically. Yeah, there's the gap closer that everybody freaked out about. And then you summon Phoenix, yep. Ooh. It's like you're using the summon's abilities. Wow. I think Larry Zauer needs new pants. Here's Reaper. More things that we're not gonna know. Okay. Whoa, that looks cool. They left it behind a portal. Okay. Oh my god. Angel's gonna love this. I assume the portal is if you want to jump back at any point. They got something from the Bard. The Bard, like, gave them something. Is that kind of like Esprit? Ooh!
Yep.
Throw your scythe. Yeah, you can teleport back. Oh, that's cool. Is that a Rothgar with a hat? Well, it's the job clothes. They have to be able to wear the job clothes. And this is their special rage mode, I guess. God, this looks so cool and edgy.
Red and black. Very my color.
Yeah, you might like it.
Yeah, I might.
Yes, my boy!
Yeah.
Okay. Shield Oath. Yep.
Is this you?
This is me.
Yeah.
It's my main anyway. I play most of them. Oh, that looks weird. Was that new Spirits Within? New Sheltron. Okay. Yep. The wings. Yep. Yep. JoCat Insta-cast. Yep. Holy Spirit. The AoE one. And then the big sword. Yep. Woo! Oh! Oh! It keeps going! It keeps going! Oh my god, there's so many swords! Did you see how many swords that was?
There were so many swords.
That was like 20 swords! Holy shit! Oh, I'm happy. I'm so happy. They gave us like an extra, like, mixed magic and physical combo.
はい、ジョブアクション動画。
Oh, more sword!
So now we watch the job action video.
まあまずは
That was like 50 swords!
いかがだった
Oh, I can't wait! I like that. You like mix in the magic and physical.
Trial, so to speak. How did everyone do?
Oh.
だんだん長くなっております。
Yeah, I had no idea what they would have given Paladin, because Paladin is like so refined now. But they added in like a finishing combo. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so cool.
まあ
Oh, it's so cool.
そのまま進化していきつつ、まあ主要リキャストが60、
So many
120だったりするの
I'm
で
excited to watch
あれなんかローテーション
Yes.
間隔短くなったなみたいなのあると思うんで、
So
まあ
many
そのあたりを順次ジョブごとにこれから
Eventually. I mean, it's only like a couple of months away.
はい。
I think
Of
November
course, as
when it
mentioned
comes out.
earlier, our basis is 5.0.
Is there ever enough swords? Never. I have like 3 LARP
swords,
swords and I got another one at this con.
Based on that, and
A proper LARP approved sword. I don't think my other LARP swords are LARP approved. They're too firm.
Seconds or 120. You might notice that
Like
the
the
skill
ones made of
rotations
wood?
and the
No,
intervals
they're
between
like
them
made of
may feel a little
firm foam.
shorter.
They're really,
So,
really tough.
We'd like to go into the different jobs now to kind of explain some of the concepts and ideas.
まあコメントで多いのはあれですね。召喚師が召喚師になっている。
I do hope they rework Shield Bash because it's so useless right now.
英語も含めて多いですね。
I feel like I see a lot of comments that are saying, "Oh, the summoner is now a summoner."
Yeah.
They're summoning, and that goes for both the Japanese and English comments that I see.
私が見た中では
Because how Summoner worked before is you would
今
summon the
回は
boss and it would just kind of sit there and auto attack and stuff and do skills, which is not how summoning works in Final Fantasy games. In Final Fantasy, usually you summon a boss and it does an attack and it leaves. Yeah.
あのまあ
Which is how people liked it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because you're summoning, not
Yeah.
just summoning once and it's done.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they're going back to
Some of you may have
carbuncles
noticed
now.
That
It's
the
not really
length
summoning,
that
it's more like
summoner
summoning
is being
earlier.
featured
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a little longer
kind
than
of.
everybody
That's why they
else,
called
and
them
we were, like,
Eggies,
not
E-G
fair.
high,
But, I mean, it's
because you were
quite a
summoning an
significant
essence
change, so
of
we
that
wanted to show off all that
creature.
we can.
さあじゃあ皆さん頭の中にそれぞれご自身のメインジョブの映像ある程度頭に入ったと思うのでここから、ロールのお話、で、それぞれのジョブの話
Garuda looks so good, yeah.
続けて全ジョブお話ししていこうかな
Looks like Titan's getting used again. Yeah, that was another problem. Is like
Okay,
you would
so
never
now,
use
From
Titan.
looking at the job action trailer and having that sort of mental image of your primary job.
In Final Fantasy X, the
and
summons
what
replaced the
actions
party
that
for a
you
short
saw,
duration.
we'd
At least
like
I
to
think it
dive
was
in.
10.
We'll
Yeah.
start from the different
Well,
roles
that's
and
the
then go
exception,
into the
right?
different
Most
jobs.
Final Fantasy games, how they treat a summon is you summon the boss and it doesn't attack. Okay, changes to tank.
Okay, so jumping into the tanks.
I am
PowerPoint.
さあではタン
concerned
ク
and
全
scared.
体的なお話です
Is this Reaper?
No,
So,
this is Dark
tanks
Knight. This is
overall.
Paladin, Warrior, Dark Knight,
はい、
Gunbreaker.
まずいいですよ。
Rough Luck Games, thank you for the raid.
はい
Hello,
一部の
hello everyone.
バフに関してなんですけど、単にね
Final Fantasy
それを実行する
14
だけ
from my
じゃなくて
hotel room.
例えば敵のダメージの
Using defensive enhancements at optimal times will grant greater benefits. What does that mean?
よりちょっとメリットを得られたりとか
I mean, is that not how it works
他のアビリティと
normally?
重ねて
You know, you press the tank buster button when the tank buster
さらに
comes.
付与されるとかいうちょっと
Yeah, it changes the mitigation, I guess.
バ
Yeah.
フを入れたりしてます。
Parry?
So certain the certain defensive buffs, that you cast, we
Like
wanted to,
Sheltron.
of course, add some benefits to it. So not just simply like protecting yourself from, say, a tank buster or something like that, but we wanted to make it so that if you are using it in conjunction with different abilities and kind of using them in combination, it allows for greater benefits and sort of like a technical aspect to some of these defensive buffs.
Well, like exponentially more defense as you. Oh, I hope I don't need to remake my tank video. Decaying gains? I want them to promote proactive mitigation because so many people save their buttons for when they need it and end up never pressing them. Like you're a tank, press the button that makes it do less damage. That's what you're supposed to do.
そこは効果を見てうまく使ってもらえるといいなって感じです。はい。
Combo mitigation. That would be cool.
Something very exact,
If you
like
press them in,
guard just
like-
at the right timing or like a parry. That's quite difficult for something that's a client-based MMORPG
Right.
online. So it's more along the lines of some additional benefit for a short amount of time after utilizing certain abilities. So before you might be thinking, oh, okay, enemy is casting. I'll just go ahead and activate this ability when it's casting, and of course you'll still reap the benefit of, say, it's like a 10% damage mitigation, but there is a bit of a waste, and so by combining it with optimal like ability use, optimal times, you can reap even further benefits.
What does that mean,
また
though?
効果がねそれぞれちょっと異なる。I
think they need to give me an example, because I don't exactly know what they mean by that.
各タンク上部持っているようになって、MT、ST の場合どっちでも役に立つんじゃないかなと思います。
And of course, these different effects do allow for different sort of effects that are being added to you. Some of these are a defense buff where it applies to yourself and a party member. So I think it does come in handy regardless of you main tanking or off tanking.
Okay. Oh, so off tanks have a reason to press their mitigation buttons now.
共通なんですけど、今まで
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, that was so annoying. So annoying. So like, and I hope they extend this to the melee DPS as well. Like whenever you're mid combo and you use a ranged attack, it would break your combo and you have to restart. So you would just not press your ranged attack button.
To,
Thank you.
DPS as well, but
yes, it applies to melee DPS as well. Good.
Combo and you insert like a tomahawk for your warrior or something like that, like a ranged attack that would kind of break your combo chain, but
Thank
we've adjusted
goodness.
it so that the chain is not broken.
This is an objectively good change.
アビリティのリキャストが60秒サイクルとかになっていくと、今までのローテーション
It's like a combo but defensive. Yeah, that's pretty neat. If you press, I hope that promotes proactive tanking. Now, you always did have a reason to use ranged attacks. So like if you're not mid combo and you're far away from the boss, you would do the ranged attack. Because if you didn't, then you're just not dealing damage.
With the different actions kind of being adjusted, so the recast timing leans closer to that.
But they were niche because you might be mid combo.
Your rotations will start to feel a little bit
because doing the range attack is better than not doing the range attack.
I think
because you're still attacking. But this is good because you don't have to pick between continuing your combo or doing it.
Kind of goes up in your rotation.
Yeah, this is a good DPS game. Yes.
Without those interruptions, it does give you that feeling of you are making an attack.
まあ例えばボス中心の攻撃が あるので、一回大きく距離を取らなきゃいけないみたいな時に、やっぱりちょっとコンボが途切れるのを嫌がって遠隔を使わないみたいなねところがあったと思うんですけど、そこはグローバルクールダウンが無駄にならないのであれば使う局面というのもまあ出てくるだろうし、むしろねグローバルクールダウン中にあえて避けて即戻るみたいな方がいい時もあるし、まあそこら辺はタク使うプレイヤースキルが少しずつ出てくるんじゃないかなとは思います。はい。
Thanks for joining me
so,
for
example, say a
as much as you could.
Bye,
has this
guys.
ranged, not
Echo's gonna go
an AoE
do stuff.
attack that starts from the boss and kind of goes outward, and everybody has to kind of disperse away from the boss. Some people don't want to break their.
Am I at a con or something? Yes, I'm at Gen Con.
Include that sort of ranged attack.
Yeah.
But with the sort of adjustment here,
Did they speak of Bunnyman at all? Not yet. But thank you for the bits, Okami.
Global cooldown time, or in some strategies, you might have to kind of decide when you deliberately need to time your GCD so that you can avoid some of those attacks. So I think this will kind of give the tank sort of strategy a little bit of range.
How's
the con going? It's going great. I bought a lot of stuff, and the con itself is not a thing I'm attending, but like I am getting a chance to hang out with a lot of friends.
And then the third item, and this doesn't apply just to tanks, but anybody who is making some kind of physical attack.
What does that mean?
カメラにします。そうですね。生カメにしてもらっていいですか。
Okay, so
ですね、今までファイナルファンタジー14のベースのバトル計算式っていうものの中に、まあ
physical and magical damage will be more in line with each other.
魔法かみたいなよくあると思うんですけど、まあ当然物理攻撃の計算式と魔法攻撃の計算式っていうのがそれぞれ一つずつね存在してます。
How is limited spell settings going to affect the primal summons? Oh, I don't know actually. Maybe they'll make that a maybe they'll make that a trait, because a lot of the summoner like quests have to do with summoning your eggies and having them out. Maybe that's a trait. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a rework. Maybe it's a trait.
Sort of formula to calculate the damage that is being dealt.
Like you reach a certain level and then your job is completely flipped on its head. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it. When are we getting the guide to Final Fantasy XIV DPS? Never. I'm not making videos anymore. I will become a farmer, and I will farm corn.
力だとするとこっちが物理攻撃力、魔法の方がより複雑な計算をするかもしれないっていうので、こいつの値はちょっと高かったんですね。物理計算式のベースになってる値より。
And so, with Final Fantasy XIV.
When do we get the corn video then? I'm not a corn farmer anymore. I am now a construction worker. I will now be building pipes, warp pipes.
It allows for future updates.
Every time someone asks for me to do my job, I will simply change jobs.
So the fundamental sort of physical damage calculations were set up so that we have two separate formulas going on. So we have the
construction video when I am no longer a construction worker. I will now dance at bars
calculation, and then we got the physical
while wearing the outfits designed by Yoko Taro.
So we can adjust them separately. The team did determine that with
Blackfoot Ferret. Hey, thank you for the 420.
Be a bit more complicated in the different calculations. So the base, like the fundamental value, is set just.
Oh, sorry, I haven't been paying attention.
The physical base.
Sounds like they used separate equations originally, but they're switching to having the same equation but for different input factors. Okay, that's good.
もう今後バランスをきれいに揃えていくためにこのベースに使ってた物理攻撃計算式の
thanks Skeptic Waffles.
魔法と同じ値まで引き上げました。完全に同じ数字になるようにしました。はい。
And so, with the characters now leveling up to level 80, this fundamental number did not change as we raised the values. And so with this update, in order for us to make sure these are balanced, sorry, left, right, we kind of pulled up the physical base numbers so that it matches the magical damage attack.
で、じゃあそれをやるとどうなるかっていうと、
People said there might be spoilers. Well, I guess, but I haven't seen any. I guess it depends on what you count as a spoiler. If you count gameplay changes as spoilers, then yeah, some people want to go in completely blind and discover all of this themselves. Like if you wanted to not be spoiled about the abilities of the new job abilities, that could be considered a spoiler. I'm gonna refresh the page so that it's not distorted. There we go.
Physical attacks would naturally become stronger by default because, of course, the fundamental number has been raised.
Okay, so they're basically saying that they're unspaghettiing some of the spaghetti code when it comes to attacks and damage.
So the potency that is listed out as a number goes down.
なぜこの説明をこんな丁寧にね、吉田猫かわいいなみたいな、そんなつもりでやってんじゃないんだよ。
You look like a cute cat.
なんでこんな丁寧にやってるかというと、この後メディアツアーで各メディアの皆さんからスキルの多分スクリーンショットとか出ると思うんですよ。その時にあれも弱体化されてる、これも弱体化されてる、あの数字も下がった、この数字も下がった、吉田は何、近接に何か恨みでもあんのか。
Oh, you're in Metairie? I'm so sorry. That area usually gets the worst of storms. I hope everyone there is doing alright. I saw somebody was from Lafayette. I hope you're doing alright as well.
People are saying Yoshida looks like a cat, but that's beside the point. So with the adjustment of the fundamental numbers going up, of course, we have to adjust the potency numbers so that even if it's raised, it stays the same. So the numbers themselves look like they're low. So I wanted to bring this up because now that we're going into the media tour and we're going to have members of the media and influencers kind of play the game and see the potency, and they would take photos or screen captures of the game screen, and people might wonder, oh my gosh, have they nerfed some of these potencies? Oh no, this one has gone down too. What happened to all of these physical melee attacks? What the heck? But just please understand, the potency is noted as like a lower number, but that's only because our fundamental physical numbers have gone up, and it's to make it even out. So it's across the board. You might
okay, so now physical and magic damage will be normal, like they'll look similar in how they're displayed. So like before, I guess magic damage was calculated different. So like let's say you deal 500 physical damage, that would not be the same as 500 magical damage, and that's not even counting resistances. Like maybe 500 magical damage would be actually 800 magical damage, but now 500 physical damage will be the same as 500 magical damage, not counting resistances.
Stop calling me Yoshi-nyan.
48歳のおじさんにそれはないだろう。
I'm 48 years old.
My on-screen chat is blocking the text. Well, if you would like to watch the stream, you can watch it yourself. There is a link. Well, I mean, you can just go to twitch.tv/FinalFantasyXIV, and you can watch it yourself if you want to see the whole screen. Just like how you can watch it yourself without me, if you don't like to hear my voice talking over it.
Okay, moving on to the Paladin.
はい、じゃあ1行目どうぞ。
JoCat will now be equally effective regardless of remaining MP. Thank you! Oh my gosh, so many times... Oh, so many times I accidentally press it when I'm at like 7,900. And it would just not go off. Thank goodness. Actually, no. Yes, I would press it when it's not at its thing, and then it would just not go off. Oh boy. A 3-attack combo starting with Confiteor will be added. Oh.
Or I'm sorry, the you see on the screen.
So when you finish
this cast will
Confiteor,
now
you
be
get a
equally
new
effective
combo.
regardless of remaining MP, and then a 3-attack combo starting with Confiteor will be added. You may have seen in the job action trailer earlier, but yeah, there's
that's so
this
cool.
really neat sort of combo that happens after you launch Confiteor. So yeah, those are some of the major updates. Of course, there are other multiple different adjustments that were made to the tank, but those are the main ones that we want to pick up here.
That's
ナイ
neat.
トはいわゆる正当進化で、何かがめちゃくちゃ変わるっていうことはない感じ。
Yeah, it's like Omni Slash. The swords, yeah, they're talking about the swords.
ならないように少し工夫というか考える余地みたいなのを今回。
Oh, don't worry, Skeptic Waffles. I'm sure the job action trailer is probably on YouTube now.
Paladin, it's just a straight evolution, kind of keeping in the trend with Shadowbringers going into Endwalker. So it's not a drastic difference per se, but of course we don't want y'all to be brain dead as you're doing your rotation. So there are some aspects that will require some strategy, require some thinking.
That's good because maybe it's because I played Paladin for so long, but I have gotten bored of Paladin. And every other tank I play, I just feel like I kind of wish Paladin was like this, especially Dark Knight. Dark Knight is really fun because you get so many free damage buttons. You're just like, oh, that's off cooldown. I get to press it.
20 yawns, you'll jump in.
And Warrior. Warrior is so like unga bunga brain dead that I kind of love
まず
it.
一つ目、選手はですね、範囲攻撃のローテーションをやる一定間隔で、ブレハをやらなきゃいけなかったんですけど、今回範囲コンボだけでもそもそも、バフが付与されるようになってます。付与も維持もできるので、なんか相互単体から範囲から単体みたいなところが
I bet Shen's gonna be really happy about some of these that I don't understand the full context.
So with this one, the first point, damage up.
Shen's complaint was that Warrior has no like has like only a handful of cool looking abilities. They've got Fell Cleave and that like big AoE
but we
thing,
have made it so that
and then that's kind of it.
Be triggered and
I hope she enjoys that big
doing your
spinny
AoE
Sonic
combos.
thing.
So I think it's a smooth
And the AoE upheaval from what it looks like.
Smoother transitions. If you want to do like a single target rotation.
How often do they have
AoE,
these live letters? I have no idea.
rotation
Probably like every couple of months.
先ほど動画でももうすでにお気づきの方がいると思うんですけど、
Before it was where you had to do your single target combo to get your damage effect. Oh! Oh, I see.
And then the second point, and you may have noticed this from
Gotcha.
the action trailer.
Kind of like Dragoon.
Onslaught and Upheaval.
Oh, I
will
see
no
where you're
longer
questioning.
drain
Will they
the
do
beast gauge.
this with Dragoon? I hope so. I hope they do that with Bard too, like that you can AoE dots.
現象の解放の実
Gosh.
行後に発動できる新しいアクショ
Onslaught
ン
and Upheaval will no longer drain the beast gauge. Oh!
And then there is a new
Okay.
action that will be available upon
So they're just free damage buttons now. They're just off global
あと大きいのはで
cooldowns.
すね、現象の解放の
New action will be available upon
リキャスト
executing
が
inner
60
release.
になってます。その分だけ回転数が上がるので、効果回数は3回になってます。で、頻度は、上がるんで、だるさは減るだろうなと思います。
And
Okay.
Note with the inner release, the recast
I think
for
that's
that
good
will
because
be
whenever you
adjusted to
use
60
like oh
seconds.
man,
So,
all the other
you
tanks they can
will
use their
have
gap
the
closer for
effects
free, but
3
with
times.
Warrior you have
And
to.
so I think that will
Oh,
kind
you
of
only get to
allow
onslaught. I
for,
assume that's the
like, the
gap
frequency
closer. Correct me if
to
I'm
be,
wrong. But like you
more
can only
often, so it
onslaught
kind of
when you
removes that
have
sort of
beast gauge to
dragging,
spare
lagging feeling.
and you don't have a fell cleave. Or only use it during inner release, which felt bad.
かつ新アクションがあれ結構遠距離からも撃てるんで、実は機動力かなり高いです。
But that's nice. They can
And
just
then,
press it whenever they want
mentioned about how
now.
Onslaught will not drain the beast gauge. We are also adjusting that to have a total charge of
Good night,
3.
Skeptic Waffles.
And then
I
with
love your
the
name.
new action that stems from it, it does allow for a lot of mobility.
Yeah, never use onslaught. When I've been learning Warrior a bit, and like I tried to put it in where I can, but it's so rare I get to use it as an actual damage button. And then there's so many other important things to use
Chaos. No,
your
that's
beast
not it.
gauge on, like Fell
I'm
Cleave and Fell Cleave, and also Fell Cleave, that I'm like, I would rather save this for another Fell Cleave,
難しいんですよ。
even if it's not enough for it right
ね
now.
日本語と英語全く違いますからね。
Inner
原初のたけり。
Okay.
今。
Oh my gosh, is that a
Nascent
Legiacris?
Flash. Sorry about that. Nascent Flash will allow for it. So if you're off tanking, it will also help you there.
はい。という感じでございます。
Good night, Puzzle Dragon.
え
Thanks for coming to the
は
stream.
いみさん大丈夫？進めて。
はい、大丈夫です。
はい。では続いて暗黒
Summoner can actually for real summon now for real. Yeah.
To the Dark
Like a
Knight.
proper Final
ま
Fantasy
ず
summoner.
一つ目、ソルトアースの設置位置がですね、結構これめんどくさかったグラウンドターゲットで。
Okay, Salted Earth will now affect the area immediately around you. Oh, good.
設置中に発生するアクションっていうのが
Good.
新しく追加して
Because
ます
targeting it, you would only ever put it
So
around
with,
you.
Dark Knight,
And
Salted
that
Earth
extra
will now
button
affect
press
the
to, like,
area
target it on the
immediately
ground was a
around
little
you and make new
clunky.
action available. You may remember.
Oh, thank you,
had
Jenner
to
Blackmane.
Place your Salted Earth, but now it's going to appear where you are standing. And
Yeah,
from
so
there
it's
it
like they
stands
took
new
the
action.
macro and just made it the
僕も
default.
そうだったんだけど、マクロ作ってやってたりするのがね、もはやなんなんだっていう感じだったんで、もう変えました。はい
What were the changes?
So
To
Yoshida
Paladin?
had to, like, set up a
Paladin's gonna get a
macro
new
so that
combo
we can
after
place the
Confiteor.
Salted Earth. And so it
Um,
seemed a little pointless. So we have made
Requiescat will no
adjustments there.
longer just pitter out if you don't get the 8,000 mana.
英雄の英雄もその新アクション使うようになります。
Something else.
素晴らしい。
Your Simulacrum
And
will
so,
also get a
the
new
second
action when you
point
acquire
was
one of these
your
new job abilities.
Simulacrum
I don't
will
remember what
also
that skill
gain a
is.
new action when you acquire one of your new, one of the new job
Is that
abilities.
is that
So your
sword
Living
gun
Shadow
where
is
you
going
blast the
to learn
thing
new
in front of you?
actions as well.
まあ暗黒は今綺麗に結構ローテ回せてるんで。
Oh wait, no, that's the inner release for Dark Knight, right? Where you can do your spinny spin over and over again.
になって3回までの効果になってます。なのでやっぱりこっちも
Oh, this is the summon. This is Frey / Esteem.
And
Yeah,
so
okay,
I think
neat.
with the Dark Knight,
That's pretty
those
cool.
rotations are
So you
pretty
press it
tuned
and it's kind of
forward.
like inner release
But,
where like it
one
unlocks a
the
bunch of
other
new
changes
abilities.
that are being applied is Delirium. Recast time will be adjusted to 60 seconds, and that would be also affected up to 3 times. So again, I think frequency will go up again.
あとはプランチカットの、射程範囲も20メートルに、拡大します。5メートル伸びる。で、あとは新技でブラックナイトとは別に単体ターゲットの防御バフも追加されてます。
That's pretty neat. So you like unleash your
And
dark
so
side.
with Plunge, again,
in a
that
way.
is also going to extend.
Dark Knight yet
its
again
range,
continues
another
to
5
overlap
rounds,
with
so a
Warrior in
total of
terms of
20
themes.
And then there will be a new action that's added separately from the Black Knight, would be a single target defense buff.
Oh.
はい、暗黒騎士はこんなところで、続いてガンブレイカー行きましょう。
Gunbreaker. Oh, lots of changes
That's
coming.
it for the Dark Knight. So
I don't know
moving on
anything
to
about Gunbreaker. I just unlocked it. It's still level 60.
サベッジクロー、ビケットタロン、いわゆるあれですね、ソイルコンボですね、こちらがですね、ホットバージョンでビートファングから順次置き換わるようになってるので、これ楽になるんじゃないかなと思いますと、操作量。
I like you.
So the first point says Savage Claw and Wicked Talon will now swap
Yeah.
in for Gnashing Fang on the hotbar, reducing the number of inputs.
Wait, what?
But basically, your cartridge
Echo
combo
says hi.
that starts off with Gnashing
I'm still at my
Fang
GF?
will
No,
be
I'm
like
at a hotel.
button combo where
My GF
it
is here.
will kind of
Say hi, GF.
replace the
Hello.
Savage Claw and Wicked Talon will swap in its place to do the combo.
なので、まあ、よくわかんないっていう人にとって詳しく言うと、まあ、ビートファングを使うと、2段目のサベッジクローにアクションがもう自動的に置き換わるので、そのまま同じアクション実行する
Yeah,
と
14 combo does this already. Is that a macro?
で、3段目
So,
のビケットタロンが、発動できる
So I guess they're just taking the things that people would make macros for and just making it the default. That's pretty cool.
So just to kind of explain
Just
it
making it more
further,
convenient.
basically, you like we mentioned, it's going to be a one button.
It makes it so much cleaner to player. Yeah, I bet. Button consolidation. Yeah.
And then in that
RIP
slot, you'll
controller
have
because you
Fall,
needed
and then
6
once you've tried
buttons.
that, you move on to
Or like
Paladin. So
9 buttons, I think, for Gunbreaker for their combo. That's pretty insane.
まあその間に挟む追撃アクションはね、これまで
Yeah, that's I think the PvP thing. Yeah, they have it in PvP. I think that like the button changing should be an option, I think. Like
it will
what's it called?
Continue to be continued.
An accessibility option that you can toggle. That would be neat. Oh, it's a module. Okay.
ファーストストライクの後に
Oh, you know what this means? No changes to Dark Knight's Invuln. They didn't mention any changes to the Invuln, so yeah, Walking Dead is still what it is. Bad.
最大3スタックに増加しております。
Yeah, 3 cartridges. Yeah, we saw that.
You may have noticed this in the trailer as well. A trait will raise the maximum number of cartridges to 3.
ラフディワイドの選択範囲もこれ他のタンクに合わせて5メートル延長。
But yeah, I would love that toggle for accessibility for people who want it. And if you don't like it and you want to be able to change buttons mid-combo, then you could turn it off.
In the tanks as well.
Oh, these aren't the full list of changes. Okay, I'm not holding my breath though. I'm pretty sure Walking Dead is gonna stay the same.
そのボスのタイムラインに合わせて開幕から全部使い切っていくのか、ちょっと抑えめに始めるのかっていうところは結構ポイントかなって思ってます。はい。
And then with the cartridges and the maximum stacks has been raised, I think that definitely adds an element of strategy. So you might want to decide.
I'm gonna move because it doesn't look like there's anything over there. I'm gonna move chat up here
during the timeline, earlier in the timeline, or do you want to kind of save it for later, etc.
There we go. Thank you for mentioning it, complaining guy. I found a solution.
Okay, so I think that covers all of the tanks.
Sorry, I was being sassy.
さあでは続いて、ロール、メレー DPS、近接物理 DPS いきましょうか。
Okay, next up is the melee DPS.
じゃあまず、メレー DPS 共通の変更点からです。
Melee DPS. Feint's effect will be changed to reduce physical damage dealt. Good. Good, because Feint reduced dexterity, which only reduced physical damage, which a lot of tank busters were magic damage, so it did nothing for those. That's good.
近接さんがですね、牽制はオートアタックの痛いところに置いときますねみたいな。
So they're still better for reducing physical tank busters, which are rare, but they can still help with magic tank busters. Look at the bunny boy on the right. Oh, he's a Reaper. Bunny Reaper.
And
Look at him.
Being a black mage, he would discuss beforehand with the DPS. And
also, I'm in love with this monk girl.
Okay, so when
I don't know who she is, but I hope she's doing okay.
Maybe we'll place it where Aura.
And I'm glad that she's back. She has returned.
We are going to adjust that.
まあでも実際うまい本当メレーの人って実際には
She's making me feel thing. Me too.
オートアタックが実はめちゃくちゃ痛くて、タンクも防御バフ張った後なんで。
So they do more than magic damage?
そこにね牽制結構効くんですよ。
Yeah, it will reduce more physical damage than magic damage.
まああまりにもなので。
But now it does reduce magic damage. It didn't
魔法ダ
before.
メージ減少っていう効果も少しつけました。ただ当然効果量、魔法ダメージ軽減の効果量はアドル、キャスターが持ってる、軽減の方が大きくはなるんですけど、無駄っていうことはなくなります。はい。はい。
So I mean, to be fair, with some of these bosses, you know, sometimes the auto attack that follows after the sort of tank buster or the large damage hurts a lot, and it's immediately after the tank has already used up their defense buff. So sometimes it does come in really handy to place Feint right after one of those really large attacks. So we will, there will be an additional effect of mitigating magic damage. Of course, that being said, the proper protection that you want to have against magic damage is Addle.
Yes, okay, so I assume they're going to do the same thing for Addle. So Addle will reduce physical damage, but case, more magic damage.
That's a handy sort of benefit to it.
Gives it more utility in case your casters don't know about Addle, yeah. Somebody said remove Addle, and I was in the past, and I was like, no, Addle's mitigation. You clearly don't play high-end content. Adjustments will ensure combos are not broken by ranged attacks. Yes, good. Yeah, they mentioned this during the tanks. So your throwing knives will not stop your combo as a ninja.
Rolls, but the
Javelin will not stop your combo as a Dragoon. Thank goodness.
はいはい。そしてもう一個も先ほどご説明しました。武器の物理基本性能
There will be parity between physical. Yeah, okay, they mentioned this as well.
全体的に攻撃力が上がった分
They're homogenizing physical and magic damage, which is good because why are they different in the first place? Will heavy shot break your combo as a bard? Bards don't have combos, silly.
As we mentioned during the tank.
Bard's combo is 1-1-1-1-1 and occasionally 2.
Of the fundamental damage attack calculation for physical attacks,
silly
we did have
goose.
to adjust potency so that it appears that the number.
Unless that's a joke, in which case I am the silly goose.
It is still the same strength. We have not nerfed it. We just wanted to match it with the sort of upward adjustment of the.
I've been using Addle forever because I like pressing buttons and glad to know it was help. Have you just been randomly pressing Addle when it's off cooldown? I guess that helps. You are reducing damage. All right, Dragoon. Don't say it, chat. Nobody say it.
So we are.
I know what you're thinking. Don't say it.
Jobs within this role. We're good.
まずは竜騎士からいきましょうか。
First is the Dragoon.
はい、まあ竜騎士もねかなりなんだろう綺麗に回ってるので。
Pillars of Snow banned. Get out of here. Shame. In this house, we appreciate Dragoons.
Also have a fairly clean, straightforward sort of rotation that you can utilize, but we've kind of expanded upon the AOE rotation.
Okay, more AoEs. That's pretty neat. The action will be available on successful execution of weapon skill combo rotation. Oh! So I guess when you finish your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll get something different.
And then for
8 skill melee combo. They already have such a long combo.
Weapon skill combo rotation. It is quite flashy.
They're gonna get a 6. Your combo is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
まあ新技追加されたり、まあ随分時間が経って古くなった技のアクションの上位版が登場して置き換えになったりしてます。
More pogo, yeah.
めっちゃまた増えるわみたいなのはないです。はい。
So with this one, of course, there are just new actions that are being added with the new level cap.
They extended the rotation again. They just did that, did they?
And of course, throughout the years, we've kind of upgraded
Dragoons have an infinite combo though.
Actions to become like a higher version of.
If you think about it, Dragoons kind of have a 10 combo. Because you do your damage up and you do your dot and then you do your normal combo, which is 10.
It's not like we're going to be adding like additional like button presses or like additional slots you'd have to fill.
So this would be 12.
青の流血は、今回特性に移動しまして、
Longest combo.
アクションとして実行したり、維持する必要はなくなりました。
Combo as long as ARR's post-patch quests.
Dragon will now become a trait, and so there will no longer be a need to execute it as an action or to maintain it.
で、発動条件下。それが発動条件だった技はすべて通常時に使用可能ということで調整されています。
Yeah, and you're weaving in jumps. That's true.
So for any actions that required for the Blood of the Dragon to be activated, will be available at all times because Blood of the Dragon will be a trait.
Oh, Blood of the Dragon is a trait now. Okay. So you, yeah, that makes sense because you would just kind of press the button and then forget about it. Neat. Okay.
And then Spine Shatter Dive is going to be changed to
because I mean, like,
2 charges.
What was the point of Blood of the Dragon? You press it at the beginning of the fight.
I could have used Spine Shatter to kind of move over, but now you'll have that 1 extra charge that you can probably save. So unless you kind of like waste it, but
yeah, 2 charges of gap closer. Good. You got the greased lightning treatment. Yeah.
And then Lance Charge recast will be changed to 60 seconds, and Blood.
Is greased lightning based on like a monk thing? Because every time I think about greased lightning, I just think it's funny that monk has a trait that just reminds me of Grease Lightning, that movie with the car, Grease Lightning. Go Grease Lightning, you're burning up the quarter of a mile. Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning.
疾風陣雷っていうその遊びがなくなってしまったので、まず
What was that movie? Grease? I think that's what it's
シス
called.
テムをまあ低レベルから使えるように習得レベルを変更してます。
Chakras will now be unlocked at a lower level. I don't know what that means,
so
but
next
cool.
up is Monk, and so we wanted to explain this a bit. And first of all, the gameplay element of stacking Grease
Lightning was one of Yuffie's limit breaks.
So,
Was that a reference to Grease?
To be unlocked at a lower level.
そしてですね、もう一個、新しいシステム必殺技っていうものを、搭載することになりました。
Conditions are filled, perfect balance will allow for the
And then we
execution of
are
Masterful
implementing a new
Blitz.
system that we called Masterful Blitz.
Depending on the weapon skills used. Oh, so this will depend on the stances you use. So, like, if you don't know how Monk works, what little I have played of Monk on an alt is whenever you do a combo, instead of a thing comboing to another thing normally, like a normal class, whenever you do a certain attack, you get a stance. And that stance unlocks other buttons that will put you in a different stance. So, like Monkey Stance or I don't know, Chimpanzee Stance.
And then
So I
there will
assume
be like a yin and a
each
yang.
time you do a stance, it gives you a stance sticker, kind of like
And so
samurai.
getting like a balance of those chakras and the 2 different types of it
Stance.
will allow for the different skills to be activated.
Cat stance. Yeah, dropping. Yeah, they mentioned that earlier, that all they're trying to make the cooldowns 120 seconds and 60 seconds instead of the weird, wacky, like 180, 110, 90 second, so that everyone can, like,
this chakra system, you will need to
have their
using,
rotations,
perfect
like,
balance,
in sync,
but perfect
essentially.
balance is going to be a charge action that can stack up to 2.
しかも、チャージタイム40秒。
I think the stance is your earth, wind, fire.
And stack,
Probably.
Each stack is charged.
You know,
up,
Earth, Wind, and Fire,
every
whenever they
40
made their
seconds.
band, they
So
left
it's
out
quite
water.
fast.
And, let me show you guys. Water felt bad that they weren't part of Earth, Wind, and Fire. So they went out and they made themselves their own band and their own song. And they made a banger. Like, here, water was left out, and this is what they did.
Water and water and water, water, 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 water and water, water, water and water and water, water.
Anyway, that is Water and Water and Water Water by It's somebody just sang water and water and water over the Final Fantasy VIII battle music. Squall Goes to the Water Isle by Crappy Blue.
Oh, 420 plays it.
Yep. They're talking about Monk stuff. I don't know anything about Monk. If you care about the stream, you can watch it yourself. Oh, Blackfoot Ferret. Thank you for the 420 bits.
But in its place, we will be adding a gap closer or like a rush action.
Yeah, that gap closer. The Dragon Ball Z gap closer.
That you use your fist.
ただ味方ターゲットして移動もできるので。
But it is.
その味方が離れてくれたやつに。
Scientists when they explore 90% of the Earth.
なるほど。
I love the comments under that video.
But with this rush sort of movement, it is going to be simply for
The rover, when the rover is exploring Mars, water and water and water, water, water.
To rush over to them. So, say you needed to kind of go towards somebody who had dispersed and went off into the distance. You can rush over to them. So kind of like there's an action that's similar in the Black Mage's kit, but you can go in there to kind of close your distance with your party member.
まあクローマの場合だと魔文を置いておいてモルゴルにステップした後魔文に戻ることできるんだけど、今回敵もターゲットできるので、敵から味方へ味方から敵へっていうのができるので、そんな感じでまあなので羅刹でこう味方
I feel like Endwalker is becoming the gap closer expansion for a lot of the jobs, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, Monk did Monk not have a gap closer?
With the Black Mage, though, you would place the ley lines and then take a step.
Yeah, Monk gets a gap closer. Ninja gets a gap closer.
But with this,
from what it looked like,
action, you can
Warrior gets a free gap closer that doesn't cost beast gauge.
So
Summoner gets a gap closer.
You can target your ally to rush over to them and then maybe run towards the enemy. So
Black Mage gap closer. It is. It's called ethereal manipulation.
Party members, you don't want to shoulder tackle your allies, but
Monk had a gap closer earlier. Oh. So I guess now it's just an upgraded one. This one can be used with a buddy.
実機で
やったぜ。
しましょうかという感じでございますが。
I should listen. I should pay attention to what they're saying. Sorry, I just like talking with you, chat, because
we want to
you're
show off an example of Masterful Blitz
interesting.
on the
'Cause you're cool.
Play screen. Because
chat is
I think
cool.
just explaining it with words might not be optimal in terms of
You having
trying to
fun?
get the message across.
切り替えてよくなってやってください。はい。
Ethereal Manip isn't a gap closer. No, yeah, it's not. I was just being a silly Billy.
すべてが
It's not an actual gap closer.
Everything looks new.
Alright, and they're gonna show off Monk. Oh, they have their enemies with green health bars? What is this?
エリアですからね。
ね。
Disgusting.
新しい
Because it's a new area.
Weird and strange and different is
まあ
bad.
当然ですけど、お伝えしてあるデノミネーションって入ってる状態なので、
はい。
もう全体ギューってね、数字が。
Yeah, they're demonstrating because they demonstrated the Monk rework towards the end of Shadowbringers as well. Because Monk has always been in a weird spot. I feel like they probably just don't know what they want Monk to be. I do hope that this makes Monk fun to play though. Ah, okay. It's charges and you can charge up to things. It doesn't actually deal damage.
That's,
Neat.
3 stacks.
Okay.
まあテクニカルではあるとは思いますけど。はい。
An actual gap closer on Black Mage would be strange and frightening. Yeah,
必
that,
殺技だけあ
I
り
don't
ます
know what
よ
you would need it for though. It's like Dancer, kind of. You have to target something. You can't dash around on a whim like Dancer. You have to target something and you'll dash to it. I think.
いきなり
Yeah, see, the stances are lining
溜ま
up.
ってんの
Yeah.
3つ
Can you see the 3 kind of below that chakra gauge, kind of glowing there?
はい。これがチャクラですね。で、ここに必殺技が出てるんで、おお、これ3つ違うチャクラ
Yeah,
で
it's kind of like
つけた
Samurai.
時に出せる。
And so once you have those charged, up to 3 chakras that are opened up, you can unleash your master.
Machinist rocket boots dash. Yeah, dash in and use your shotgun.
今1個使ったことによって、陽の陶器がついておりますね。
So of course, once we have used that stack of 3, we now have an element that's associated with it. Between the yin and the yang, it's yang at this time.
Oh, you'd swap between yin and yang. What the heck?
So
you get yin and yang charges, I guess?
We have something there right now. But another example is if we have 3 of the same.
Wait, yeah, Yoshi P does have an egg on his hot bar. What? Did he watch Ross? Was he like, ooh, this streamer is eating the egg.
The yin and yang.
I will also eat egg.
It wasn't in my glossary, so I'm going with yin and yang.
そうね、まだないもんね。でこの状態で、さらにチャクラをつけて、
Endwalker, yeah. Okay, so you spend your yin and yang on things. It really is like samurai.
3 chakras again, and then you unleash.
That's neat.
A pretty flashy move there in your Masterful Blitz.
なるほど。
はい。というわけで忙しいので、まあこの聖剣好きと総称だだけ。
Yeah, I don't know what any of this means. I don't play monk.
なるほど。
はい。
This just looks like cool ability
so
stuff.
As you can see, it is quite busy with trying to maintain that gauge. So that's why we adjusted the two True Strike and Twin Snakes to not be restricted to a particular direction.
Monk questline has Dark and Light of Chakra, something we master. It's the reason we have the title of the 14th chakra. Oh. So yeah, I guess now you do have Dark and Light Chakra.
And we don't want to take away from the media. And
they better keep positionals. I think they are.
Content, so.
He was hitting from the back, so. Yeah, I apologize if my talking is like covering any of the important information, but if you would like the important information, I'm sure there's going to be a recap somewhere on Zepla's channel or Mr. Happy or any of those other Final Fantasy XIV dedicated news channels and stuff like that. Additional positional from above, yeah, you have to jump while you do it. I also don't play Samurai. I don't know what any of this means.
One is effects granted by Jinpu and Shifu. Can now
do bosses parry if you attack from the front as a potential DPS loss? No, but some positionals deal more damage or give bonuses that will give you a DPS gain. So not doing them is a DPS loss.
Time consuming because the effects are applied to AoE combos as well.
And that includes Samurai. Apparently Samurai people are like, they don't have positionals, but apparently one of the Samurai combos gives you more Kenki, which is more damage. So make sure you are Kenki, chat.
Action in the vein of Tsubame Gaeshi will be
don't Kenk shame. This joke brought to you by a thief who stole it from Larry. Buy your I'm Kenki shirt from Larry on his website somewhere. I think Teespring.
People seem to be concerned about the Dragoon, but I did.
A guide on things you don't know. You should be an expert. I know, right?
Expanded upon the AoEs.
What's the trade-off of positionals for melee and physical range DPS? So, melee DPS have to do positionals because that's just what they have to do. Range DPS don't have positionals. You know, that is the... So, on average, melee deal more damage, but you know, it's like a trade-off, right? You do more damage, but you have to deal with positionals, and you have to be up. You have to keep uptime with the boss, so you have to be next to the boss. So if the boss moves, you have to move with it. A ranged DPS doesn't have to deal with that. It is very freeing. You can move around. You don't have any cast times, and you can just move wherever you wish. However, on average, you deal less DPS. It's a trade-off. Yeah, melee is riskier.
Of course, with the samurai, because it's just a straightforward.
It is the ranged DPS tax. You deal less damage for the bonus of mobility and freedom of movement and not having to deal with positionals.
But the Tsubame Gaishi and Meikyo
Now, that is not to say that you
have
can't
become
out DPS a melee as a ranged. Because if you play ranged really good, I've seen some ranged. Now, you didn't hear this from me because parsing is against the terms of service, but if I did parse and look at people's DPS numbers, I've seen like monster machinists and bards who completely outdo me as a black mage, sitting still, not moving an inch, and doing my rotation as best as I can. So never trust anyone who says a ranged DPS can't keep up with the higher DPS. They can.
Under the effect of Meikyo Shisui, and then you go into that third phase.
The margin of difference between optimal DPS between the jobs is very minimal. I have seen some monster machinists and bards.
That will allow for ease of use to be
so like
improved.
If the samurai's dealing 1,000 damage, a bard would be dealing like 999.
Okay, so that covers the
That's an exaggeration, but that's like the difference in margin.
Next up is ninja.
Ninja's fun. Actions linked to Raiton, Doton, and Huton will be added. Then what happens to your
So with this one,
to your
actions
ninjutsus?
to Raiton, Doton, and Huton will
So
be
this is like
added.
Bard. This is how Bard works, I think. Where like you have dedicated buttons for your things. An action making it easier to apply Huton will be added. What? Okay.
An action making it easier to apply Huton would be added. So whenever you do want to sort of apply or keep Huton, and it should allow for you to do that.
So what happens to your mudras? What happens to your activate mudra button?
And of course, with the ninja, it is quite busy, and of course, you can't miss any of those ninjutsus that you are doing. So we tried our best not to make it even busier than it is already.
I mean, yeah, it is busy for like 30 seconds, and then you just press 1, 2, 3. I think there was still Armor Crush. I think there's an upgraded Armor Crush, maybe?
Fourth sigil, but don't worry, we do not have that.
Just got used to Mudra. Yeah, me too.
And of course, we have done away with Shadow Fang, so the dot will be gone.
Ooh, no more dot. Okay. Interesting. I'm a little sad about that. I like that dot.
And then, of course, as mentioned, there are some new actions that are linked to.
Why do they keep removing dots? I guess.
Raijin,
I don't know. Make dots more unique.
In the video, and then when you are using the.
Not every job needs a dot, you know. So let's see. Dragoon has a dot. I think Samurai has a dot.
Whenever you're using the Bunshin.
I think they just want to make dots more
a
unique.
specific action that will be added to that as well.
Mudras are just a way to make using your abilities more complicated and give you more opportunity to mess it up. I like that though. It gives it a unique niche, you know, like there's a skill gap there. It separates the good players from the bad players. And if you didn't like that, you would play a different job, you know?
last but not least, this is our new melee DPS job, Reaper.
Yeah, I like dots too, but I'm okay with some jobs just not having it. Like Machinist. Machinist doesn't have any dot, so I don't have to worry about that. I kind of like Machinist for that reason. Like, sometimes I don't want to have to worry about keeping my dots up, you know? It's just an extra management thing. Okay, use a scythe to attack in tandem with the avatar and can serve as the avatar's vessel to unleash more powerful attack. We're learning things about Reaper. I can apply this to the crap guide that I'm not making, by the way. I'm not making crap guides anymore. That was a slip of the tongue. I don't make crap guides.
Like a double-handed
I'm just leaving Final Fantasy XIV crap guide unfinished.
Attacks that you are unleashing, and then you have the avatar that will also attack at the same time. So you're attacking in tandem, and then plus you will be able to.
I like that the bar, the gauge for the job looks like a Dark Souls health bar.
Powerful attacks.
I like that it looks like Dark Souls.
続いての項目どうぞ。で、1個だけ、まあシナジーパーティー強化するシナジーバフも。
At first, I was like, it's just a bar. It looks kind of boring, but it's a straight up Dark Souls health and stamina bar.
It's able to grant enhancements to party. Sorry, this is the only like synergy related.
Oh, support!
That this job
the edgy scythe job is a support job. I kind of like that. That's really funny. Unless it's just a support like Dragoon presses the buff people
Reaper was trying
button.
to take something out of the bard. It looked kind of ominous.
Yeah. Apparently the lore of this class is that there are a bunch of angry farmers that are taking revenge on the world or something, and that's why they use scythes.
I kind of love it.
Yeah. Edgy dancer, yeah. I kind of like that. If this is a support job, I'm definitely gonna play it.
But some of the
Edgy melee
movements,
dancer, yeah.
That the Reaper does is quite unique as well.
Unique and specialized actions give them an edge in specific combat situations. I mean, that's most jobs, right? Most jobs are good at specific combat situations.
So just a very rough and sort of general explanation of the flow here.
まずこの画面にある2つのゲージなんですけど、一つがソウルゲージ。はい。
Ah, Garlean farmers were pushed out of their homes. I see.
There, you see two different sort of gauges, but one of them, the top one, is the soul gauge.
で、まあソウルゲージを貯めて、アバターと一緒に攻撃。
They're edgy, but they actually like their friends.
ソウルゲージを消費してね。
And then, so you
I mean, it's technically a mana bar since it's blue and not green. Yeah, but still, I just want, I don't know, maybe the curtains are just blue, but I like the resemblance.
Together with your avatar, and that would sort of deplete some of the charge that is built up in the soul gauge.
The other city-states used to bully the Garleans and would take their land and lunch money. Oh yeah, because Garleans can't use magic, so they were behind. That's right. Yeah. That's not a spoiler, by the way. That's just lore and world building. That Garleans...
using your own attacks plus
the ethnicity Garlean rather than nationality, because there are national Garleans that can use magic, but the ethnicity, Garleans, you know, the people with the thing in the head, the third eye, they can't use magic. That's why they got Magitech.
Kind of let the avatar kind of merge with you.
That's why they are big PP technology. Yeah, exactly.
And then you are able to unleash even stronger.
There is Dark Souls with a mana bar. Yeah, there is. There is.
The basic flow.
Now this would be straight up Dark Souls if they had 3 bars: a red bar, a blue bar, and a green bar. Garleans, find a way.
So, because of that, I think we lean towards that sort of pure melee DPS. It kind of resulted in that way.
While you studied your magics, I picked up a gun.
Of course, our samurai is definitely a pure melee DPS, so it's not quite as extreme as the samurai, but I think it does skew towards that sort of melee, pure melee.
Okay.
じゃあこちらも見ないとわかんないよ。
It is a samurai with utility.
わからない
It is a melee dancer.
わかんないっていうコメントを見たので実機を見てみましょうか。
And I think I see a lot of comments in
Gun,
YouTube,
the ultimate magic.
saying that, oh, but we won't understand unless you show it to us, please. Peek. Show us just a little bit. So allow us to show it.
We're gonna see.
Screen.
Ah, good. B-roll footage I can use and steal.
こちらがあ、カモン持って
Oh, look at that edgy
Yeah.
Lalafell.
She has size.
これどっかのプロデューサー兼ディレクターがステージで来て社長と
Oh,
一緒
you
に
guys hear that?
写ってる写真でなんだこの会社って言われてた。
That is the sound that what you just heard was the sound of Angel screaming in joy. Oh, there's a little bit of clipping on the eyes there.
It made people wonder, what kind of game is this?
Okay.
ざっとゆっくりちょっと
What you got? What you got for us?
ほい
Oh, that little bounce on the scythe looks so good.
Overview and kind of take you step by step.
お願いします Yes, please.
準備をします。
Sorry, one moment. We're gonna prep.
でこれ一個ねアビリティじゃね仕出しのやつね。
What the heck? What are all those things?
You've applied the synergistic
でバフを
ability
入れました。
and applied a debuff.
で
Yeah, this confirms him moving around confirms that positionals are still in the game. What the heck? Those are things that I don't know what they do because it's all in Japanese.
Backside,
おいよ
I'm sorry.
Translators, get on it.
back attack. Oops. I think we ran out of charge. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a cool teleport. Weird. It's interesting that they have their enemy health bars be green.
たまりますね。
That they chose to
So,
make
as
them
you can
green.
see, when you continue to hit the enemy, the soul gauge kind of fills up.
Oh, I love this battle music. I can't tell what's a GCD and what's an OGCD.
でアバターを使って
おう
Because they probably have GM cheats
こ
on
の形でこう
to show off the
リアク
abilities.
サムタイミング
Sorry, it's kind of hard to jump in with the translations, but
でこれでシュラウドゲージが50にアバターを使えば使うほどシュラウドゲージがたまると思ってくださいね。
but again, just a reminder, once you attack
Might be the
this new
colorblind
avatar,
version?
the shroud gauge starts to
Well, no,
fill up.
because you can
で、
you can change specific colors of HUD elements.
Transform.
So I wonder why they chose green. Maybe he is colorblind. I don't know.
No.
これちゃんとね皆さんのキャラがこのモードに一人一人なりますんで。
But yeah, each of your characters
you go into like a
will
demon
take
form.
on its own form, or not its own form, but I'm sorry, it's going to take form, and it'll still be your character.
完全に
Wow.
ダークサイドになりました
It basically glamours over your
Yeah,
character.
Yeah, he completely falls into the dark side.
Completely fall into the dark side. Something,
これは
something,
22
something
って書いてあ
dark.
るんでちょっと嬉しいです
Darkness.
英語にする
Keyblade.
This is very, very emo.
Ah, they said it. They know. They know.
変わってましてこのポジションから向いている進行方向に対して前に移動するアクションと、
はい
後ろに移動するアクションがあります。
So as for a
Oh,
gap closer, there's a move where it'll allow for you to move towards like forward, and then there's a way to move kind of backwards.
mm.
で
Yeah, so you can place down a
ゲート
portal,
を開けておくことができる
go forward, and then quickly return to your portal.
これでここにゲート
Oh, wow. So you have a limited time to use it.
Opening a gate of sort, like a rift that you can go through, and it stays open for a certain amount of time.
Wow. So if you needed to avoid an AoE around the boss, but you wanted to quickly go back, you could. That's neat.
Up, you can go back to,
so I assume that's like character facing based instead of. Oh, you have one for going backwards. Yeah, you would use that one for when the boss had like an AoE. That's cool. Now you're porting with Thinkles. That's pretty neat. I didn't think they could come up with an interesting gap closer idea, but that's not something I anticipated, rather. But that's a very cool way to make a gap closer.
A main job or anything, but you would a way to go about using this gate is to kind of.
I mean, it's not even a gap closer. It's just a movement option.
Like
you can use that to quickly maneuver through the map if you didn't have a mount. That is. That's neat. Whoa, what was that? Oh, that's just activate the things. Okay, so now he's just going through the full rotation. I assume. Yoshi P clicks his abilities? What? Did I see him click an ability?
Really quickly after.
Oh my goodness!
Take over.
Wow. Director of Final Fantasy XIV, Naoki Yoshida, clicks his abilities. Maybe I should click my abilities because this man gets purple parses, and that's really good. That's like 95 percentile. Wow. Maybe I should start doing that. He uses gamepad? Oh, maybe. This is the way.
But with the tempo of these different actions that you have to do, it is quite fast. So it does require a lot of like technical aspect of it. And it's not necessarily like a single target all the time. Sometimes it's like a soul slice.
He's not on his main? Is he not? Is this not his main? I'm pretty sure this is. He mains Lalafell, and this is a female Lalafell. She had pigtails, like him, and the name is Naoki Yoshida.
Quite fast, so I think the play style is quite different from what we had.
Unless he's got a different name for his main.
Compared to any of the existing jobs.
でもなんだろう、一通り当然全部触ってますけど、テンポはすごい気持ちよくてね、楽しかったっす。
Not main job. I see, yeah. I don't know. I think you could optimally play Black Mage clicking your abilities because you don't need to move, right? Or rather, you don't want to move. So I could see clicking your abilities as a Black Mage working because you could click it while you're pressing the buttons with on your hotbar.
Kind of master and try to
yeah, his main job is Black Mage.
Make the most out of it because it is quite fun.
I could see clicking being useful for Black Mage.
だからまあ人気がきっと出るだろうなと思って、もうちょっと優しめにしたかったんですけど、意外となんだろう、いい感じの難しさになったかなとは思うんで、まあ練習したらしただけ面白いかなとは思うんで。
But of course, you have to be mindful of like resource management and making sure that your gauges are up and you're going through this properly, managing it properly. And
no, it is getting pretty late, and as much as I would love to stream reaction to the rest of this,
And so
I think I might be calling it soon. I don't know. I want to learn about all the other jobs.
So to speak. But I don't know. I think it's a good kind of difficult.
I want to give thoughts and stuff.
It's something
I could probably do that in the future.
Kind of master.
It is getting pretty late.
You delve deeper into it, more you can. I feel like you can get out of it.
But it is mostly for you because I worry that I'm gonna keep you up.
アバターとやる
Okay, yeah.
技みたいな時は
Alright.
存在するものもあります。なんか
Because I'm fine. I'm mostly just concerned.
はい。
Okay, alright.
Of course, the base combo
Even with me talking?
doesn't require
Are you
any
sure?
sort of directionals, but once you start involving your avatar, there will be. So be
Thank
careful
you.
of that. But I think
I'm
it's
glad.
just it adds flavor
I like
to the different abilities that you're unleashing.
簡単じゃんって今度コメントがあるんだけど、さっき言ったように早く高速移動しながらなんだろう高速で
Yeah,
回
it's
さ
just
なきゃいけない中で
continue.
出てくるんで。
Things continue to be difficult to do with not my main setup. But
And then we also have those people saying, "Oh, but it's an easy job."
Yeah.
In the comments, which is not true.
like,
You're going to be moving
if I was at home,
battlefield pretty
I would just
quickly,
do this whole thing.
through your rotations very quickly. So, and you also have to.
But
remember, okay, so I think
I'll stick around. Hopefully, it doesn't go too late. I think my hard cutoff is gonna be like 1:30 because I do need sleep. But I'm gonna keep going.
僕今日今使ってるこのメディアツアーのワールドはですね。
Because at that point, I think it's just for me.
フリーが使えないんですよ、残念ながら。
I also see comments saying that, oh, we want to see Limit Break 3, but I'm afraid this is, in this world that we created for the media tour, we don't have the debug command to
That's okay.
unleash the
Save Limit
LB3,
Break.
but we don't have the debug command LB3.
That's okay. We can
so
see it in the
sorry,
game.
I'm not able to show it to you.
ただですね、もうすでに公開
But if I
してい
do
る
call it
ベ
early,
ンチマークトレーラー の最後に
1:30 in which time zone? So in 1.5 hours. It's nearly midnight where I am.
リーパーの LB3 です。
ああ、なるほど。
はい。
It's 2 minutes till midnight.
But that being said,
But if I do
you may
call it
have
early and it's
seen,
not
the
over, I will throw you guys
benchmark,
over to Shen because she's also
trailer,
watching this.
But when you see
I haven't chatted with her in a
Xenos
while.
at the end, and he does this really
Range, both
flashy
magical and physical, are
move,
next. Yeah,
that
that's true.
is the Reaper's LB3.
なので、あれをご覧いただくと、LB3、リーパーの LB3 が、あ、こういうやつかっていうのがわかります。はい。
So I think that would be a good reference if you want to see what the Reaper's LB3 looks like.
はい。では、ちょっと、これでまあリーパー
Wait, what did they say about
はい
Reaper
まあ2
LB3?
時間になるんで、
そうなんです。
3休憩と。
はい。なので、ここらで一旦ちょっと手短に10分ぐらい、10分休憩ぐらいを
はい
一回挟みたいなと。
はい
で、休憩開けたら残りの遠隔、
はいはい
シリーズの DPS とヒーラーに行こう。
全然4時間どころじゃねえな、これ
おかしいな。数字で言いますと、当初思ってたら今40分ぐらい
押して
押してます。
はい
いや、かかるもんですね。
So we have actually clocked in.
Oh,
about
hey,
2
Ryder.
hours
I didn't
now,
even notice.
and we haven't gotten through.
Sleep and
all
well-being
the-
is best.
we'll
Don't worry.
go back
I took a
through
little bit of a nap
the
earlier today,
melee
so...
videos, but, I think
And also,
we
I'm
would
just
like to
sitting
take a
here.
10-minute break, and then we'll jump back into
I'm okay.
the remaining.
I think I got another
videos. Yeah, we're
hour and a half
on about
to
a
go.
40-minute delay at this point, so I think we want to take a quick break.
ですので、ここから10分間休憩取りたいと思います。予定外のマジ
Cliff
休憩
Note
なので
version, every job is
音も
poggers.
特にございません
Yeah.
本当の休憩でございます。
はいはい
So now we want to have a 10 minutes break. It's
10 minutes
pure
break.
So we have no video to show during the
Okay,
this
this will
break.
give me a
So,
chance to get snacks and
10
stuff.
分後にお会いしましょう。では、let's see you again in 10 minutes.
I'm gonna watch that job action trailer again. Let's see that. Job action trailer. Endwalker job actions. Here we go. 18 minutes. Jeez. I just want to look at Paladin. I want to look at... Hold on. I want to look at Bard and I want to look at Paladin. That's all I care about right now. Where's Bard? Man, there's gonna be... How many jobs are there now? There's 4 tanks, 4 healers, so that's 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 19 jobs in the game. Holy crap. That's so many. You can watch Summoner 5 times. Where's Bard? Time to overanalyze things. Bard. There it is. There's Bard. And yet not a... I hope they increase the glamour plates and the glamour dresser as well. Okay. I like this music too. Okay, so Mage's Ballad gives you this purple leaf, I guess. Because Mage's Ballad is a purple song. Okay. Wanderer's Minuet gives you a green one. Okay, this green icon. But you see what I mean? Like that it's like samurai stickers. Like you finish a thing and you get a sticker, and then you redeem the sticker for something. Wait, whoa! I missed that. Hold on. Wait. What was that? Was that a thing? Was that a new thing? That's gotta be new, right? Was that like free 50 gauge? 50 Apex arrow gauge? Let's see. I'm going frame by frame. No, they started at 50 gauge. Raging Strike buff? Maybe. I don't know. Let's go slow-mo. Do they have a playback speed? Half. Okay, Wanderer's Minuet. Alright. Poison Bite or whatever. Wind Bite. Whatever. The 2 dots, yeah. Blood Letter. What is that? What is that? That's the damage buff, is it? Huh. I guess maybe it's got a new animation? I don't know. What is this? I hope this is like Bane. I hope this is a Bane, like a dot spreader. Oh, this is Sidewinder. Okay. No, this is not Blood Letter. They already cast Blood Letter. Whoops. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I don't know what I pressed. I pressed, I think, the I button. Alright, sorry about that, chat. Dark Knight Arrow, yeah. Yeah, that's Blood Letter. What is that? What is that? That's not a Bane. That's something else. Thank you, Car. So that's Apex Arrow. Oh, no, not Apex. That's what is it? Refulgent Arrow. And this is the AoE Refulgent Arrow. No, sorry. That's Pitch Perfect. That's Pitch Perfect. Okay, Army's Payon. Looks like it does the same thing. That's fine. Wait, why does it last so long? It lasts 45 seconds. Holy crap. Here is the AoE Refulgent. This is AoE Refulgent Arrow for sure. Wow, Army's Payon lasts a long time. 45 second songs. Oh, is that all? All the songs do now? Oh, good.
Hello there.
Nice. Hello there. Okay. And that's Blood Letter again. Yep. What is this? You play the violin? That's cool. Oh, you just redeemed all his songs. He redeemed his stickers. That was whatever that 4th song was. That spinny violin thing. Okay, you redeemed the stickers. Did that give anything? What did that give? Okay, you redeemed the stickers. And then you used 80 on Apex. And then you get like a super Apex. Like what? Wow, look at that. Oh, those are like the notes and like lines on a sheet, on a music sheet. On sheet music. Oh, yeah, staff lines. Huh. Okay. Okay, it doesn't look like they got any sort of dot spreader like Bane, unfortunately. And now let's look at Paladin. Firstly, I'm gonna watch it at full speed, just because fucking... Oh, it looks so cool. Fuck yeah, Paladin. All the swords. Yeah. That has got to be a new spirit within. Echo Arrow? Yeah, maybe. New Sheltron. Requiescat. Yeah, he's on the moon, like in the trailer. And then that, yeah. And then swords! And then swords! And then fucking swords! Oh, I love the swords! I love the swords so much. Oh my gosh. Unlimited works. Unlimited blade works. Look at fucking swords everywhere. That is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. Sorry, I was loud.
No, you're good.
Oh my gosh. God. Bathe in light. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think, what Paladin got. Just a couple of upgrades and new sword combo. No need to analyze. Okay, I'm gonna leave chat here, and I'll be back chat with snacks and bathroom break. Be right back. I'm very excited. I love video games. I love video games. Video games are great. Where are the chips? That's okay.
You're also welcome to have lid. I don't think you want that. We don't have any mixers.
That's okay. But I threw it away. I hope I didn't. I did. Hello chat, I'm back with chips. One shield, many swords. Yeah, I wish they gave him more shield abilities, but that's okay. Chips. What flavor? Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream. The superior flavor.
Welcome back to the Final Fantasy XIV letter from the producer live number 66. We are now explaining the job changes. はい。
さあ、
続いてまいりましょうか。
行きましょうか。続いては、ごめんね。遠隔物理 DPS。
Here we go, range DPS.
So our physical ranged DPS.
Look at that new machinist art.
そうですね。はい。
And that dancer looks angry. That is, you see that? That dancer, that's the look of a dancer who just saw, who decided to not be your dance partner anymore.
And so for the physical
That's the look your dancer
DPS,
gives you
and
when you're the
goes
lowest on the
across,
DPS.
all the jobs within this role, the parity between the physical and magical damage attributes of weapons will be at the same.
That's the look the dancer gives you when you get brink of death.
Just similarly to what we had explained about how we're bolstering the physical damage calculation numbers.
Yeah, the bard looks very surprised. They've got some interesting art for the ranged DPS.
And each job is just, they have been updated accordingly.
That's the face the bard gives the dancer when the dancer stops being their dance partner.
Each individual ones.
で、共通してるポイントとしてもう一個あって、ダメージ軽減系のバフですね。パーティーバフ。
And the machinist is yelling at her.
But there's one additional point.
A story
that,
in 3 parts.
Applies across the physical range DPS jobs is that any sort of buffs that mitigate damage, the recast timer has been adjusted to 90 seconds.
さあ、では銀融詩人からいきましょう。はい。
Okay, so jumping right into Bard.
Please give Bard a lot of love. Give them a Bane, please.
まず既存3種類の戦火アクションから派生する、パーティーバ
Each
フ
of the 3 songs will make available a new... What?
Says each of the 3 songs will make available a new action that applies a party-wide.
Oh, this is the stickers.
歌によるね、
Redeem your
支援を
stickers.
結構リクエストされる機会が多かったので、既存3つの戦火アクションから派生して効果内容がね、こうさらに上昇していくみたいなパーティーバフを追加してます。
So of course, there has been a lot of feedback and requests for more like abilities that would allow for like support using songs.
Yes.
And so we wanted to take the existing 3 songs that the Bard has in its kit and kind of add a sort of party buff and something that would enhance its effect.
Okay. Redeem your stickers for a violin that the party enjoys, yeah. Yeah, new action, so you get an extra Apex arrow after you use Apex arrow.
Apex arrow?
旅心のメヌエットとかバトルボイスがリキャスト120秒合わせになるなど、細かく調整が行われてます。
And then other adjustments include Wanderer's Minuet and Battle Voice recast timers have been adjusted to match 120 seconds.
Yep.
And other various adjustments have been made.
ちょっと待ってね。
はい。
Apex or arrow. Drossman beat you to it. Oh, our code beat you. Both. Seems like technical difficulties going on.
詩人はそんなところですね。はい。で、続いてコメントでも変えるとこあんまねえだろうって言われてる貴公子。
Hey, Machinas.
はい、貴公子に行きたいと思います。
And then next up is I'm seeing comments that, well, machinist, there's really not much you can change with the machinist, but
No.
we'll talk about the machinist anyway.
Could give them a finisher, though. I think all they have left for machinists is give them a finisher. Mechanically themed action called
So the first
Chainsaw.
One, a new mechanically themed action called Chainsaw will be added.
であとはですね、動画にもありましたオートマトンクイーンに新しい攻撃アクションが追加されて
New
います。
action added for the automaton
And
queen.
then this was featured in the video as well.
We became the
A
Doom
new
guy.
action will be added for
We have now added executions into Final Fantasy XIV.
そうですね、他だと整備が、2チャージのアクションになってます。
And then in other changes, reassemble is now going to be chargeable up to 2 charges.
で
Oh,
こちらはですね、管理が必要なので、
Two charge
溢れないように、適時使っていただく必要が出てきます。
And of course, with this ability being charged, you don't want to waste once it's charged up. So please make sure that you are kind of strategically placing it and allowing to build up as needed.
あとは本当主に新技追加で、少ないホットバーで快適にっていうところは、変わらない形にしてあります。
And then the rest of the adjustments are primarily just new actions being added. We have not changed the concept of trying to keep the number of abilities that are assigned to your hotbar and still play comfortably.
はい、講師も以上となっております。はい。
So that's it for the machinists.
続いて踊り子ですが、
Dancer.
<clears throat>
Next up is the dancer.
ウェポンスキルで、付与されるリバース
Flourishing Cascade will now be shared across a single target and AoE
反対と
skills.
範囲で
What?
共有化されるようになります。
Weapon skill effects such as Flourishing Cascade will now be shared across single target and AoE skills.
What does that
他には
mean?
ですね、どうぞ。この辺のテクニカルフィニッシュ、インプロとかですね、攻めの単語からさらに発生するアクションというのが今回追加されています。
And then new actions will be available upon the execution of technical finish, improvisation, and devilment.
踊り子はバファーのね、要素が強い DPS として、そのまま進化
Oh,
してま
okay.
す。
Neat. Probably instead of gaining
Of course,
melee
with
and
the
range
dancer, it
procs,
does
you only get
allow
range?
for,
What?
different buffs to be applied, or they allow for applying.
The
different
charge
buffs
counts
to
for
your
both
party
single and
members,
AoE actions
so,
of the same
we
name.
kind of kept that
Oh,
direction
so you can
with,
start your
the
single target
update here.
and have it go into your
単体とさっきお話ししたよ
AoE.
うに単体と範囲で面倒だったプロックの、管理を統一してあります。
And then, as mentioned earlier, the different procs that are applied sometimes, and it was rather a hassle because you had to differentiate between like single target versus AoE, and some of the procs that had to be managed between those
I kind of like
made,
that.
or is going to be made.
It's more
simpler.
dance-like, where you have to change your dancing style mid-step to improvise with the changing dance.
ダンスのステップアクションにこう切り替わってたんですけど、ダンスモードに入ると、今回範囲攻撃
Thematically,
も同様に
I like it. I like the flavor.
ステップアクションに置き換わるようになってるので、ホットバーを切り替え
Rather than having to reset your dance, as it
反対で
were.
分けてた人は範囲側でもそれができるようになるので、かなり楽になるんじゃないかなと思います。はい。
And so, because we tried to make things a bit more smoother in terms of like executing your different rotations, previously, whenever you were doing a single target attack and your hotbar switched to the different step actions, and you'd have to switch over because AoE does not have that kind of simplicity. We actually updated it so that you don't have to worry about it with the AoE attacks. It's in a similar system where it'll switch into that sort of dance step action mode where the buttons will be replaced by the necessary next steps.
Oh.
So I think before, if you had sort of had to manage like 2 separate hotbars for single targets versus AoE attacks, I think it makes things a lot more simpler. Yeah.
Okay, so you could press your AoE buttons to do your dances?
ていうのがあるんですけど、
Is that it?
踊り子本人だけ今回から、確率蓄積じゃなくて、本人だけ確定で蓄積するようにな
I
る。
don't think I quite understand what they meant by that.
And then, of course, there's a spirit, which is applied sometimes when a dance is successful. And it's applied, sometimes it's applied to yourself at random, but we've changed it just for the dancer themselves. It's going to, a spirit is going to build, it'll be guaranteed to build.
Ah, good. That was confusing. Esprit was... So how Esprit works is you could either get it from yourself or your partner at random, but now you always build Esprit from yourself. Your partner will still be random, and I think they should add that to the tooltip, because the tooltip doesn't say that for Esprit, for the Esprit gauge. But you can now consistently gain Esprit. That's good.
People were talking about with the bard, it doesn't seem to take any sort of effect on the self. I'm afraid we are still making adjustments still, so I can't confirm.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's a new job.
はい。コメントでごねればいけるかって書いてますけど、ごねっても無理だと思います。
そういう問題じゃない。
僕ら別にそういうので調整してるわけじゃない。
Some people are commenting that, oh, maybe we can negotiate by commenting on here. I think it's a little too late for that. That's not what what we base our decisions on. I'm sorry.
違うんですよ。なんかコメントでね、詩人だけなんでって言われるんですけど、そこの火力上げると全体を落とさなきゃいけなくなっちゃうので、別に全体バランスから。
I think after they're done talking about the magical DPS, I'm gonna call it.
もっと低いわけで、はい。
Just because I think there's not much more. That might be the end. Whether it is the end or not, I'm gonna call it there.
Why is it just barred? Why? It's not fair. But I mean, this affects
after the magical DPS.
The damage that is being dealt, and we do need to look at it from a balance perspective. We also made adjustments to the dancer too, where some of the damage has been sort of adjusted as well. So please understand.
Oh, they didn't talk about healer yet. The healers. Did they?
Forward.
遠隔魔法 DPS ですね。こちら
Oh, I'll stay for healers. I want to hear about the healers. I totally forgot about the healers. Yeah, this is just like Feint. Feint will now do reduce magic damage, just not as much as Addle. Addle will now reduce physical damage, just not as much as Feint.
With magical ranged DPS, of course there is the major change would be to Addle.
Look at that summoner art. Look at that summoner dong.
With Feint, where it adds just a little bit of magic damage mitigation or reduction. With Addle, it'll allow for just a little bit, but some reduction of damage in physical attack.
さあでは各ジョブの話に移っていこうと思います。はい。
Is it just me, or is that Lalafell Black Mage's left eye, his left? Is that eye, like, shifted up weirdly? It looks like it's slightly off. Maybe it's not. But it looks like it's, like, floating a bit.
So I think one of the most major changes is that
it just looks like it's like separated.
A trait that is automatically applied while under the effect of astral fire.
Oh, thank God! Losing Enochian was the worst feeling in the world. Gosh. If you lose Enochian immediately, sometimes it would happen to me anyway because I'm bad at Black Mage. I would lose Enochian immediately after I give it to myself, and I would just have to sit there being useless.
Because while it was...
So Enochian is if you don't know, Enochian allows you to use the bigger spells.
With the player's skill, so we decided that we were going to make the update.
Now, it's okay to have disparity between player skill, but like that one just felt bad. That felt awful to lose Enochian early, and like you could always reactivate it, but just like losing it early meant you could go like 20 seconds without being able to cast Fire Form. Oh.
Under certain conditions, swapping between Astral, Fire, and Umbral Ice.
So you'll have reason to swap between Fire and Ice other than gaining mana.
Cool looking. It looks like a combination of Fire and Ice, kind of a spell.
Yeah, that's what that crystal was. It was like a mixture of Fire and Ice. It was blue and red.
And with the Black Mage, of course.
Also, Ryder, what are you doing here? Aren't you watching Shen? Or are you watching both? Are you multitasking? Multi-stream drifting.
Yes. Of course, no raise capabilities.
Oh, Shen's done. Oh. Really? Did she get tired? She's asleep? We beat Shen! We outlasted Shen! Hell yeah.
And of course, going back to Enochian, it was quite hard to grasp for certain players,
Poggers.
especially those who are
oh, hey Fiona!
with,
Thanks for the host.
The different the Black Mage actions.
Just
and it did
enjoying my victory over my German rival.
Dealt, so we have decided to change.
She was not strong enough. Ha 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 ha.
他にはですね、ファイガプロックとかサンダープロックの継続時間、プロックの継続している時間ですね。を伸ばしてある。
Yes, I live in hotel right now.
その分サンダープロックの継続時間を伸ばしたりしてます。結構この辺小手先のテクニックが効くようになってるので。
Fiona, have you tried Final Fantasy XIV? Have you heard of Final Fantasy XIV's free trial that goes up to level 60, including the award-winning Heavensward expansion?
For Fire 3 or,
you can be a tall buff lady. I know you like those.
Fire 4?
Seeing as you are a tall buff lady yourself.
And Thunder. And the
I know Will be very happy.
Those are, in effect, has been extended.
Why am I living in a hotel? Because I'm at a con right now.
The
Gen Con, yeah. I have not played it yet.
More things that you need to.
Well, any time is a good time to start because it is a game you can play at your own pace. Don't worry about catching up. This game does not want you to catch up as fast as possible. This game wants you to play it like a video game. Like whenever you play a game for its story and stuff, and like just sitting through and enjoying it, you know? You don't like you wouldn't play God of War so that you could reach the end. You play God of War to play God of War, right? Play this game like that. Play this game like a game. Highly recommend it. And hey, if you do the free trial, you don't lose anything aside from your time.
And then Fire 2 and Blizzard 2 is going to have like a one step higher to that, so that your AoE rotation will change.
Oh yeah, Fire 2 is useless, isn't it? Isn't it your AoE rotation you don't use Fire 2? It's just a completely useless skill. Just still recovering from PAX. I hope you had fun. Fire and Blizzard. Oh, Blizzard 2! Isn't Blizzard 2 the one where like goes around you?
Like Fire turns into Fire,
yeah, you don't use Fire 2 or Blizzard 2.
And different
yeah.
that we put in the Japanese language, and
nobody, yeah, you don't use those.
You have to start making up some of these suffixes, and we.
Yeah, you spam freeze and then you use flare twice.
And make sure that
that's right.
With it, and we had to like debate about this.
And foul, yeah.
ここまで行くの14ぐらいだから、もうお医者さんは思い切って作っていいよ。
You use Fire 2 until you have Flare. Fire 2 is your only like good AoE until you get Flare.
Is very. We have a long running history, and having that sort of additional tiers to these magic spells is actually a big deal because it's kind of breaking history. But the current sort of brand executive, Mr. Kitase, was very kind to say, well, the only people who go a higher tier beyond what was already established is 14. So, Mr. Yoshida, I will trust it. I will trust your judgment to come up with a nice suffix.
Oh, Fire, Fyra, and Fyraga. I see. Yeah. How the naming convention of other Final Fantasy games.
But that made me scared on it just freaked me out at the on the flip side. So I went with High Fire.
まあいずれ数字だけなんで、まあどっかで踏んでなきゃいけないですけど、今回じゃなくていいやと思って、はい、ちょっと寄りました。はい。
And I mean, one of these days, yes, we will eventually have to expand further out in our tiers, and we will have to come up with a nice sort of suffix to add on there. But this time, I think we have.
All right, confirmed. Fyra and Fyraga confirmed for the future, 100%. You heard it here.
そのひよってんなとか結構コメントあるんですよ。いいですか？でも僕がね、仮にですよ、このためにファイ行ってしたとしますよ。そしたら KR 行とかですからね、今後全部ね。それは困る。いいんですね、それで。
And I see comments on
Color Miss, thank you for the host.
You chickened out, Yoshida. But let me, to be fair, like if we add like say a gyo suffix and like it's by gyo, anything that's like a tier 4 or tier 5 magic is going to be
is there a way to watch a stream in progress from the start on Twitch nowadays? Yes. So normally what you do is you go to the page and I think you go to like past broadcasts or whatever, and the current broadcast should be a past broadcast and you can watch from the start. It's a little finicky, but yeah, that's how you do it. You can watch it like a YouTube video up until the point of where you catch up with the stream at that point.
チャージアクションになって、で30秒でチャージするんで、これも結構腕に
Chicken Fajita Fajita Chicken Fyraga.
And I'm sorry, there's another charge action for Black Mage that has been added. Another charge has been added to that stack.
ゴレンマは一応言ってみたんだけど却下されました。
And then there was comments about well, what about an additional like a multiple casts, like a five consecutive casts, and I proposed the idea, but it was rejected.
まあでも黒はタイムラインに合わせていく面白さが一番面白いところだと思ってるので。
Yeah, they were just like, by the way, chainsaw.
苦労していきましょう。
But with sorry, going back to what Yoshida-san said about
and then did not elaborate.
Sharpcast has an additional charge now with the update. But in any case, with
now I did not get everything that I wanted for Bard. I wanted quite a few
spells,
things for Bard.
According to the timeline of the battle. So,
but then again, maybe they just didn't discuss it.
I think it's still,
like a second charge of Bloodletter.
Sort of lives up to that.
I would love a second charge of Bloodletter.
続いてのジョブ、赤間同士に行こうかなと思います。はい。
Here we go, Res Mage.
Is the Red Mage.
Shackle Draconis, thank you. Thank you for the bits. Chainsaw will go.
1個目、スコーチから派生する新アクション。この動画で見ていただいてるんですね。はい。
First one is a new action will be available upon execution of Scorch. I think you've noticed.
I don't want Red Mage. I don't want to give Red Mage a dot. I like Red Mage without a dot personally. Oh, Verflare, Verholian, Scorch will be AoEs. Nice. Okay, that's good. Because you don't really have an AoE finisher.
As part of AoE rotations.
Because you would just kind of dash in, do your AoE melee, and then dash out, and then just continue your normal melee. That's pretty cool. Defensive party-wide. Okay. Now, if you like bards in D&D, Red Mage is the actual bard. Like, Bard is called Bard in name, but Red Mage is the actual Bard. This is the utility class, and I like that they're giving it even more utility.
So you can also help out in a support sort of way.
Red Mage is Bard in spirit. Yeah, it makes sense. Flare and Holy are AoE spells. Yeah. So it's melee, Holy, Flare, Scorch, another finisher. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, Jack of all trades, Master of none. That's Red Mage. That's Bard. Yeah. Maybe that's why I like Red Mage more than Bard, because Red Mage is more Bard than Bard. In spirit.
Magic barrier.
A dot means what? Dot stands for damage over time. So like poison effects.
ですね、赤魔同士細かくいろいろ調整されてます。新魔法の追加はもちろんなんですけど、大きいのはですね、ウェポンスキルである魔法剣各種、ブラックマナ、ホワイトマナの消費量が減ってます今回。
So with the Red Mage, there are a lot of granular changes that have updates that have been made. Of course, we have added new spells, but we have also
oh yeah, the big bubble. That's right. Yeah, they cast like a big bubble.
Sort of,
it's like a party-wide mitigation.
The magic sword, the black.
Yeah, Red Mage is a tank healer and a DPS. They have a raise, they have a heal, they have a party-wide mitigation. Would that make Bard a ranged fighter or arcane archer? One of those.
And then with manification,
maybe like Battle Master, I guess.
To do like one combo with it, so the burst that you can have at the start of a battle definitely is quicker.
Red Mage has the best spell ever. Oh yeah, their limit break 3 is called completely blind the party so they can't see the boss or the AoEs on the ground.
But that being said, if it's done as is, of course, the spell blade frequency becomes a lot. So we made it so that we adjusted the white mana and the black mana, like the increase of those two different manas.
なので魔法剣の頻度が上がりすぎるっていうことはもちろんない。
There's a great clip on YouTube of someone using Red Mage LB3, and then the entire party was standing in AoEs after it was over, but they couldn't see it.
Make it so that the spell blade
and they wiped.
Goes like way too much. But still, with the manification, we do have the mana kind of filling up, and you should hopefully not waste the mana that is accumulated.
でですね、ステージによって使いづらいというのと、フィードバックも多数あったので、ようやく
It sounds amazing. It was pretty great.
でプラスマンとアンガジマンの威力が同じになったので。
You know what they need to give Red Mage? They need to give them rescue. That's what they need.
And then, of course, there was quite a lot of feedback about this and mention about how it's difficult to use at times. So
give them rescue,
as well as,
the rescue. Dual cast rescue. I don't think they would let you dual cast it. It would still be an OGCD.
The potency of these two will become the same.
Just give them one skill from every job. There you go.
Then Embolden, recast timer is 120 seconds, and then manification is 110. So Embolden should not have been changed.
Versuperbolide. You just drop yourself to 0. You die. It's self-destruct, except without the damage.
Complaining about like what displacement, and engagement, and swapping between, and choosing the proper one. Well, if you are particular about the placement, just use the placement then.
They really said get good.
So that covers the red mage.
Alright, Summoner. Summoner's a brand new job now. Verprovoke.
Is, I think it's changed to.
If you watch Larry's Hours video about the Heavensward thing, you'll know that black mages used to be able to provoke. You could grab certain skills from other jobs.
Look at this from a completely new
and the black mage could provoke the boss if they wanted to.
It's changed quite a lot, so I think you can consider this a new job almost.
まずはというわけでジョブのメカニクスを大幅にリニューアルしております。
Of course, so that being said, significant changes to job mechanics has been made.
さらにですね、ドットが全部なくなりました。
And then all actions applying damage.
Oh, no more dots! No more dots for Summoner! Aww.
これは召喚師ではないドット師だと
Wow.
つけておりまして、ついにドット
They've been the dot job for so long.
Since A Realm Reborn, a lot of people were saying this is not a summoner, it's just a dot placer. And so we've removed it.
You know what? They're right. Like, this is more Summoner-y. Not just Eggies. You summon them. You're an actual summoner.
Next is able to summon Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan, and not just Eggies.
Fair trade. Yeah, I think people are going to be happy for this trade.
Titan Topaz, Garuda Emerald と言ってですね。バンシン読んじゃいけないからね、そんな気が。
So now Bard is the dot job.
なんでまあそこにその力を
Okay.
移して出てきてるみたいな。
なるほどなるほど。
But that being said, these are Ifrit Ruby, Titan Topaz, and Garuda Emerald. So we are not literally calling forth these primals.
No, of course not.
Because it's too dangerous in the world of 14 to be summoning primals. So the concept is we are sort of transferring their energy, so to speak, into these different...
Yeah, dot means damage over time. Summoner used to have to put 3 dots? No, 2 dots on the enemy.
Those forth.
Or is it 3? Yeah, 2 dots. They used to do 3. I think they used to be able to actually put 4. Yeah. And how their summons worked was they would just kind of be there auto-attacking, and occasionally you had them do a special attack. So it's kind of like a companion piece, like a pet. But now they're actual summons, like in other previous Final Fantasy games, where you select the summon and it comes down and it does a thing.
まずやっぱり召喚師っていうイメージに沿うように今回本当に大幅に変更させていただきました。
Larry made a joke about this where it's like Summoner's great because we get a new job every expansion, and I think this is the biggest departure of all that really puts truth into that.
流れなんですけど、まあデミバハムートを召喚すると。まあ今まではデミバハムート召喚、フェニックス召喚、
The whole skill set changes, yeah.
ひたすらルイウツしかねえみたいな、レンジャーみたいな。
I think especially in Shadowbringers, like, I've only played it a little bit because I have my Scholar at 80. It just kind of looks like you just put your dots and you just do your 1. You just do your 1 button. And occasionally a few other ones. Like you press your free damage button, you press your summon damage button,
and then you have some downtime
and reapply your dots every now and then.
Casting Ruin or Ruin 3 or like.
And you do it for a while, and eventually you summon Bahamut, and then you press the Bahamut damage button.
で、
Then again, I haven't finished all the job quests.
属性エーテルを3つもらうので、その力を属性エーテルを使ってさっき言ったイフリート、ルビー、タイタントパス、ガルダ、エメラルドを召喚してその属性の力でまず戦います。
And so with this updated flow, of course, you will call forth the Demi Bahamut, and then you will.
Yeah, I hope new Scholar does something about
elemental
Celine.
properties, so to speak, and
Like,
then you
make
will
Celine
be
different.
able to summon Ifrit Ruby, Titan Topaz,
Or does something
Garuda
with the fact that they
Emerald,
have
and then
2
you would fight using
fairies.
the elemental properties of those different summons.
で、その後フェニックスを召喚すると
But I like this because this makes the job unique. This makes the job different from the other jobs, you
と
know?
いうのが
なるほどなるほど。
一連の流れになります。
Extremely different.
And once you've depleted
I
those
like
3,
that.
and then you would call for
So now
Phoenix, then you
Bard
would
is the one
receive
with the
again,
dots.
3 elemental properties, and then you are able to summon these 3. I don't want to call them primals, but they're the summons that you can utilize those 3 elemental properties again.
で、イフリート、タイタン、ガルーダってどの順番で呼んでもいいです。で、それぞれ召喚しに付与される特徴が違うので、ボスのタイムラインに合わせて先にこれはタイタンから。
Just wanted some more downtime options for Scholar, but still no new DPS other than that one AoE upgrade.
And
Yeah,
of course, we
well,
have
I
these
mean,
3, Ifrit, Titan,
I'm sure they're gonna give
Garuda,
him some
but
stuff.
there's
We'll see,
no
we'll see.
specific
Healers
order
are coming
you
up
need to
next.
call them forth. So, depending
Scholar
on
got a
your
gap closer?
timeline,
Oh no, that's
you can
Kappa.
choose,
Wow, you
say
got me. You
wanna
got me,
take it
gentlemen.
first, you can do that. Or, yeah, you can quickly.
Yes,
you can be
the gap
flexible
closer of
between those
walk
3.
towards the enemy.
で、
Oh, that was really funny. That we gotta walk towards them so we can do the AoE.
And then also part of the adjustment was to kind of consolidate some of these actions. And so
Gap closer waddle. That was great.
Icons that are being used in your hotbar will be quite significantly condensed because these will switch out depending on the different actions that you're
Yes, they're getting rid of nocturnal sects because Astrologian is going to be a pure healer, like White Mage, where they're primarily going to be about regens and healing rather than shields. Like they're gonna have a few shields, I bet, just like how White Mage has like they've got that one shield button.
申し訳ないなと思ったんで、今回は首の皮一枚で残りました。はい。
And with this significant change to Summoner, and people are being, I don't know if people would be shocked with the change.
They're getting rid of
on top
Noct
of
because
that,
now that
having
we're on the
Resurrect-
moon, there is only daytime.
Resurrection being removed, people might really get upset.
There is no more
So
nocturnal sect.
It lived by the skin of its teeth. Resurrection is still there.
フィジクさんも残っちゃいました。
Physic too. It's kind of stayed behind too.
Bye bye, Physic. Goodbye. Actually, good. Physic did nothing.
And I'm
Physic
sure
was a
people
useless
are
skill.
wondering, well, I don't understand with all these.
It didn't even
so
heal at level
let's look
80.
at
Would
it on
heal
the
you for like
gameplay screen.
600.
よろしいですか。どうぞ。はい、お願いします。
I would understand. What do you mean rip? What do you mean rip Physic? No, Physic can rot. Rest and rot. If Physic was good, I would at least feel a little bad.
はい。召喚して。
But it's not. Physic was awful.
で、ここでまず先にちょっとエイミラプリの
Yeah, it's still there. I think because it's not finished.
And before we dive into actual gameplay, I would like to talk about Eggy Glamours, actually.
ですね。
I was gonna like new Summoner Dawn. Yeah, this kind of looks like an amped up version of like
が増えるということで、
50 Summoner AF gear.
サイズの変更ができるようになってます。
Next, you'll say they should get rid of Fluid RO. Oh no,
So
never.
With the number of summons you can call for, we have. Made
Physic
some
used to be a
adjustments
decent
with
emergency
to
healer.
change its display
If
size.
listen, if you are in a situation where Physic is needed, I think you have bigger problems.
But that only affects you as the person like calling forth these summons. So yeah, it only affects how you are able to view these.
で、まあ今実はここに
I think if there is a situation that is so extremely bad that only Physic can save you, Physic is not going to save you.
カーバンクルの方が可愛くて好きなので、これエギミラクルしてありますカーバンクル。
No, the truth hurts.
So of course, with the right now we see the
Either that or you clearly do not understand how little Physic actually heals.
You may be familiar as the player character goes up, this Eggy would turn into like an Ifrit, but then
Moonstone
right
Carbuncle.
now, I like the look of Carbuncle, so I have glamored it to a Carbuncle.
Oh, okay.
まあでも
So,
モンスターね。
what does that mean? Does that mean we get Black Carbuncle? You can glamour the pets? Yeah, you can change them to look like carbuncles.
We have summoned the
If Physic managed to save the situation, something is critically wrong, not with you, with the servers. Thank you, Shackle Draconis, for the bits, yes.
この3つのバンシンが呼べるようになります。どれからでもいいです。
Obsidian Carby? I hope so.
And then, of course, with that, you get the elemental properties.
Physic is supposed to be a utility thing, not actually use. Well, yes, but utility requires some amount of use. Like, example being, like, Red Mage has Vercure, but Vercure actually cures you a decent amount, like 1/8 of your HP. Physic cures you for so little that it's not worth using ever.
So once you call forth these elemental,
Like, it is not going to make enough of a difference.
that sort of ether applied to
Yeah, so either get rid of it or make it more potent, right? The potency on Physic is so extremely small.
これ
Yeah, like base potion. That might be an exaggeration, but
詠唱時間が長い代わりに強力な
it might as well be.
2発使える。あと突進と追撃っていう攻撃が
Yeah, Vercure can also help you instacast, yeah.
イフリートのモードとして。はい。
And so we were looking at Ifrit's actions, but with the elemental properties or ether.
Oh, it scales with mind. Oh, I
while
see.
Cast time is long, it is a very powerful fire-based spell that you can
That, I
cast.
bet that's
And then there's
because
also
of
like
spaghetti
a rush
code,
sort of
probably.
attack that you can do, and this is the Ifrit actions that is available.
でここはやっぱり
Spaghetti code and
詠唱
legacy
がアクションに
stuff.
なってるので、
Yeah, since Gear had
ギミック処理をしなきゃい
intelligence
けない
and
タイミングで
yeah.
イフリートを呼んでしまうとロスになるので、他のものにしましょうとか動かなくていい時に
Is this the same JoCat to Crap Guide to D&D on YouTube?
考えていただければいい。
So this kind of ties into what we mentioned about timelines, but with Ifrit's action, one of this requires for you to cast, and it's a fairly long cast time. So say you're in some kind of fight where there's a mechanic where you have to move, then you would lose the opportunity to cast the magic. So perhaps you'd want to time it so that you don't need to move around to process some kind of mechanic.
Yeah, I'm writing
or
off the
you'd
clout.
have
I
to
stole his
be,
account.
Pretty mindful of when
I stole his
activate
account,
these.
changed his password, and
で
I
実際に
was Hurricane Ida.
召喚をした瞬間インスタントで召喚するんですけど、登場した時に利口技を一回バーンってぶっ放してはくれます。
And then, of course, when you
Stole
are
his good
calling
looks too.
forth
Aw.
these
Thank you.
summons, it's an instant, but there is usually like a starter.
You're the
move
shadow
that
of the one
it
true self. No.
unleashes when it's first
No, you're not
summoned.
me.
で、まあタイタンを呼びます。
Okay, so now we're calling forth Titan.
可愛いちっちゃくしある。
I set his size to be small, so
で、今タイタン
guys are small.
使えるようになったんで、こっちは
God, that looks cool. Look at that.
So let's take a look at what
Well, still mobile as ever.
smashing from two sides.
で、これは
Wow.
回数じゃなくて時間なので
Okay,
ひ
so
たすら打ちまくる。
so
でこれを
once
全部
when you
使うので
use your summons, then your abilities become their
And
abilities,
with these
essentially.
moves, it's actually
That's
interesting because
neat.
it's within a timed section that you can unleash unlimited numbers of
I might
times
actually want to play
his
Summoner
moves,
now.
and it's all instant. So you can move around and cast at the same
Because
time.
like I was kind of ho-hum about it, and the long like rotation that they had kind of made me just not bother. Yeah, now you have Garuda skills. Look, see, you still have one dot. Look at that. See? Wow, that's cool.
But with Garuda, hers is more of like a placement damage.
Yeah, that was
and
fast.
this
That
is
was
also
like
instant, and so
that was like
you can move around as well.
White
Like,
Mage
Summoner
speed
does
button
have,
fast.
Like, a good
faster
bit of
than that
movement
even. That was like a 1 second cooldown.
でフェニックスを召喚するとまた3つ付与されるのでフェニックスが終わったらまた
Oh, look at the tiny phoenix.
And then once you've gone through that round, and then you call forth the Phoenix, you will obtain the 3 elemental properties again.
Where's
and
the
so
gap
you can
closer?
Utilize these.
We've seen the gap
elemental
closer.
primals again.
ちなみにこの3つの、召喚モードは
I am bothered that the ether flow is above the buffs.
そうは言っても使わないと、
Yoshi P, fix your UI.
とりあえずタイタンだけ使って
Adjust your UI,
で
please.
も当てられないことになるので、で、デミバハムート召喚と、フェニックス召喚の間にやっぱちゃんと使い切らないと、もったいないことになっちゃうでしょ、リキャストタイムが。なのでそこは必ず組み立てが必要になってくるので、なるほど。はい。
I don't pay his sub, that's true.
With these 3 summons that you can do, of course, you need
Put
to
it in the middle of the screen, make it massive, make it a 400% size. I
won't
must
be
know
dealing very
how much
damage
ether
at
flow
all.
I
Like,
have.
you can't just lean towards, oh, I like using Titan only, so I'll use Titan only, or you will not be able to deal much
What's the
damage at all.
Arcanist
So,
leveling experience will be like?
Whenever you do cast your
Because that was the
Bahamut,
base job I
and,
love the most back
the
as a
Phoenix,
Sprout. Yeah, they
and
must.
the
They
elemental
have to
properties that
change
you
the
attain
quests,
in
right?
between those, is something that you don't
Didn't
want
they
to
mention
waste.
that they're going to be changing
Make
the
sure
summoner
that,
quests?
You are utilizing these and sort of building your strategy so that you can utilize those 3 within the recast.
はい。大体そんな感じでございます。かなり試行錯誤して。
Yeah, it's basically a brand new job now.
ところにね、落ちたのではないかなとは思っておりますが。当然そのドットがなくなった。
They're still going to have eggies? Yeah, but they have to restructure how the quests work, because the quests require you to
まあちょっと機動力高いからなって思った。
summon the little eggie.
機動力の高さも売りだからな、もともと。
Eggies switch out with Carbuncle or temporary replacements?
元々ね、召喚が好きで
I guess so. I don't know.
たくさんいると思うんで、ここまで変えちゃうのはなとか、考えつつ、はい。ね、また結構栄称増えるとさ。
This looks so different than the FF online I played. Not sure if I have a different one. You might have played Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah, with the Summoner, there was a lot of trial and error and a lot of debates to get it to where we got it. But I think we were able to get it to a good point. Of course, with the removal of all the dots, we did try to skew back to having the Summoner have their damage kind of come.
I like that Summoner gets a lot of love because Summoner is kind of like the premier Final Fantasy job, right? It's a unique job to Final Fantasy. Well, not unique anymore, but like I think Final Fantasy was one of the few games that did classes like that where you summon bosses and massive creatures.
And there were people
and like, you know, summoning these massive crazy beasts.
So that was another point where we had to rack our brains.
Yeah, it's a story important job, and like
we didn't want to make it so that we're
primals are important in the story of 14, and you're summoning primals. I can
already imagine the comments from players saying, "Oh my gosh!"
I think if Final Fantasy had a representative
kind of dragging us
like class, it would be Summoner.
I wanted to avoid that as well.
Yeah, Yuna is a summoner and she's a main character.
Next up is the healers.
Healers. Alright, after this is over, I'm gonna be calling this stream.
の不要アクションを追加しております。反対バフですね、これ。
Every healer gets a
So
buff.
the first thing is new actions
single
that
target
apply
buff.
single target
Nice.
buffs will be added to each healer, and emphasis on single target buffs.
Sorry, rip ass
全
Astrologian.
体的にヒーラーの攻撃魔法の詠唱時間が短く
They're stealing steals from Astro.
And then
Oh,
overall,
they're gonna be
we did
faster.
reduce-
Okay, okay.
reduce the cast time for offensive spells.
そしてですね、全ヒーラー
So
待って
slide
た
casting will be easier.
リミットブレイクの効果範囲がですね、50メートルに拡大されました。
And then limit break area of effect will be expanded to 50 yards.
Nobody uses nobody uses healer limit break.
On clapping.
Nobody uses healer limit break.
ナイス LB 届いてねみたいなやつがなくなるんじゃないかな。
悲しい。
We will finally
Katie's not gonna be happy. No.
Like, oh yeah, great LB, but I was not in the area of effect.
で、まあ今回その以前からお伝えして
Healer has LB aside from 3? I didn't know that.
賢者を加えた4ジョブでピュアヒーラーに、バリアヒーラーにという、バランスになります。
But also with the healers welcoming the new sage.
Yeah, you can. Your offensive
we will be
spells, the
splitting it
cast will
with
finish
2
earlier,
jobs
so you can
in
move around
regular
easier
and
before
2
you cast
jobs in
again.
barrier
So you
healers.
can keep uptime
基
easier.
本攻撃魔
That's
法
pretty
の
good.
詠唱時間は軒並み 1.5 秒になってます。はいはい。
And then,
Wait, this is for all limit breaks?
For
Did
the offensive
LB3 have
spells,
a
the
area
primary
limit?
offensive spells,
I didn't know
they're,
that.
In general, going to be a 1.5 second cast time, which is pretty quick.
まあアビリティがねかなり増えてきて、アビリティを使う機会が多いので、まあグローバルクールダウンに
I didn't know that. Wow.
気持ち悪いストレスっていうところ
Yeah,
が
I
あ
know.
ったので
I
そこを
assumed
軽減する
LB1
ため
and
に
2 had a
詠唱
range.
時間を短くしてあり
I
ます。
didn't know Limit Break 3 had a range. I thought it was just like everyone in the party, no matter what.
Execute abilities. It tended to
25
casting
yalms.
tended to sort of eat into the global cooldown time, and I'm
That's
sure people were very
kinda
frustrated, or would have been
small,
very frustrated with it.
actually.
So we're hoping that by sort of reducing the cast time for basic attack spells to
So
1.5 seconds, that would
That's like
reduce the
10 more
frustration and
yalms,
stress.
right? 10 to 15 more
それでは
yalms.
白魔導士からいきましょう。
Jumping right into White Mage.
白魔導士はですね、もう
50 moms. The entirety of Thanalan.
ございません。効果も見た目も特徴的な、リリーを設置するという設置型の回復アクション、これ非常に便利で強力ですが追加されております。
Alright, a functionally and visually distinct restorative field action will be added.
They as simple can be.
Oh, are they talking about Asylum?
It reads a functionally and visually distinct restorative field action will be added.
ピュアヒーラーに該当します。
はい。
Kill
And of course,
Asylum.
White Mage will fall under that pure healer category.
ホーリーのジョイ、
はい。
ホーリジャだったかなが入るんで。
Oh yeah, I forget that white mages are supposed to use water magic. Because the only thing that we
And then
have,
higher
well, we have
tier
the
for
shield.
a holy
That's not true. The
spell,
shield uses water.
Will be
I was gonna say
added,
fluid
and
aura,
so
but
that will also contribute to the accumulation
was the
of
only thing,
rubies.
but that's not true.
で、非常に残念なお知らせなんですけど、アクアオーラさんがついに解雇されてしまいました。
Yeah, the shield uses water, so they're gonna be putting water in more of the spell effects. Okay.
Fluid
Makes sense.
aura has been relieved
Oh.
of its duties.
Yes, goodbye, Fluid Aura.
あ
Goodbye.
とはですね
So
ディバイ
long.
ンベリゾンがチャージアク
See
ショ
ya.
ンになってますね。はい。
And then another update would be Divine Venison will become a charge action.
まあ、白魔導士に関してはもう本当に今までの操作感のまますんなり扱えるアップデートになってると思います。
But yeah, with the White Mage, it's pretty straightforward. I think the controls will feel.
Yeah, there's not much they can
as
do
it
for
was,
White Mage. What did
and
they say
it'll
about
be,
Divine
a
Venison?
fairly smooth transition with these updates.
はい。はい。では先へ進みます。続いては先生術師です。
Moving on to Astrologian.
先生術師はピュアヒーラーに寄せる
Oh,
ことにしました。
charges. Nice.
So
I like
with the
that.
Astrologian, we are going to skew it more towards a pure healer.
Alright. Remove basic healing actions will be adjusted to have the same effects as they would while under diurnal. Yeah, regens.
So the diurnal sect and nocturnal sect will be removed, and basic healing actions will be adjusted to have the same effects as they would
They're
have
now a regen healer.
while under diurnal sect.
ただこれ、ニュートラルセクトってアクションあるんですけど、
Divine Venison sounds
効
good.
果中のみバリアアクションが使えたりっていうことが先生術師の特徴として、あったりします。
But that being said, there is going to be an action called neutral sect, which while you're under its effects, there will be some barrier actions that you can use.
Okay.
で、あとはディビネーションの効果を
Neutral
変
sect.
更してます。
Wasn't that a previous skill that they used to have?
And then we've adjusted the effects of divination.
まあディビネーションによる範囲よだめ上昇バフが、カードの引き運にすげえ
I don't actually know Astro all that well.
ストレスだった
I
の
only
で
started.
この辺り条
I
件を
boosted it
直してい
recently,
ます
and I just started learning it a little bit.
The effects
So I don't
of
know
it
it all that
was
much.
really affected by the luck of the draw, so to speak. So it has been adjusted.
まあ通常で使えるようになるって感じです。はい。
Yeah, I can.
Basically speaking,
I also kind of
you
want the
can
different
use
card
it
effects,
in
but I understand why they're gone. Because there are optimal cards that you want to use, right? And all it comes down to is more damage. So the streamlining of the cards is because people would fish
so
for
while you can
balance.
use it at any
And
time,
the
what
end
what
goal
will
of all of
change
them is to
that,
deal more
depending
damage
on the
anyway.
seals
So why not just make them all
used,
damage, you know?
It allows for enhancement.
Yeah, 4
to
of the cards were never
fight.
used. You never used Bowl. You never used the tree one. You would only use the speed buff and balance.
あとはマイナーアルカナにも変更が入っています。
And then redraw will become
No,
will
the
no
previous
longer be a
they were the
charge
previous the
action,
cards previously used to
but
do
it will
different
be
things. So like
an
one would give you a
action
speed
where
buff,
every time you
one
draw,
would give
can
you
use
a
it
resource that no
once.
longer exists called
And then there will
TP,
also
which
be
was kind of like
change to
stamina.
minor,
One would give
arcana.
mana, one would give damage resistance, which that one's kind of cool. That would be a neat one to have. One would give you crit.
And then the other update
Yeah,
would
people
be,
only ever
we have
did the
seen it
speed
in
buff,
video,
crit,
but,
and
there
damage
will be
increase.
An AoE spell that
So, you
kind
know.
of
And
has,
all 3 of those
a
have to do with
healing
damage.
capabilities as well as an offensive element to it.
まあやっぱりちょっと ID 行くときに
And like, what is the end goal of every fight? Deal damage, right? How 14 is designed does not leave a lot of room for any utility that doesn't have to do with keeping you alive and dealing damage, unfortunately.
ちょっとそれぞれが特徴違うんですけど、範囲を持たせて
I had this discussion with
This is kind of based
a friend a while
on,
back, and like everything we
some
came up with,
input
like
that
ideas
we
ourselves
noticed,
to design
whenever people go
hypotheticals,
into
always
instance
resulted in,
dungeon,
yeah, but why not
holy
just give them more
that
damage, you know?
Use is quite strong, and so we wanted to allow for other healer jobs to have something similar. Of course, not their characteristics differ from each of the different jobs, but we did want to have some.
It might work in a
kind of
different game,
AoE
but not in
spell.
14. Because 14, everything is designed around dealing as much damage as
全員
possible.
にもういっそスタンをつけるかとか
なるほど。
いやもちろんホーリーからスタンをなくすかとかいやだけどでもなんか特徴どんどん削れていくのも違うと思うんですよね、なんか全員
So I
スタンつけるのもなんかもう大雑把
I guess
すぎる
the
し
seals thing
なので
is gonna be what their
その
cards are primarily used
それぞ
for
れにな
now.
んとか特徴を持たせて
うん。
そのなるほどねこういうニュアンスねとか
Yeah, getting their own SIs, yeah.
それぞれ特徴が違います
Oh yeah, Echo.
This was
You're gonna-
really quite a point of debate.
When
Actually.
you level up White Mage, you're gonna
Do
get
we
a
want to
spell
add
called
stun
Ass
to
Size.
this, or do we want to remove the stun effect from?
I like
Holy?
your ass size.
But we don't want to like kill individuality either, but if we add stun to all of them, then
I hate that mentality. TBH, Unga Bunga, more DPS. I love the choices you can make with the cards. Yeah, that's what we discussed earlier, where it's like streamlining with every streamline and better design and quality of life, you take away the novelty. But that's all it is, right? Is novelty.
Try it out. They would understand. Oh yeah, this is the kind of nuance.
Because giving someone more mana as opposed to giving them more damage ultimately doesn't do all that much for the fight based on how this game is designed. That's why I say in a different game that would probably be better designed. Unfortunately, 14 is just designed everything around it, and it's not a bad thing, I don't think either, and it's not an easy solution. It's not a solution that needs to be solved either, it's not a problem. But it's just designed around killing the boss quickly. You know, that's why healers have damage spells. That's why the tanks have damage spells. That's why there's an enrage timer. Alright, please show Scholar some love. Unique job action which can enhance the party's movement. Wait, no, I wanted Bard to have this! What? Ooh, what? They're giving it to Scholar?
With the Scholar, there wasn't really much we could
have
changed like significantly.
I wanted the
and part of
ranged
it was
DPS to have this.
or updating the behaviors of the pet, but I think one of the most major changes to Scholar.
They gave Scholar Peloton.
Unique job action, which can enhance the party's movement speed even during combat.
That is so incredibly underwhelming. No, I think it's cool. This is a cool utility. This is like mitigation in another flavor because it helps you dodge AoEs better.
If it's perpetual, then people are going to be like, no, must have Scholar all the time.
Scholar gap closer isn't a joke. Scholar gives everyone a gap closer.
But you may have noticed
can only be used in combat. That's fine. That's the only time it should be useful.
The Scholar was running just a little faster towards the end of that job action.
Peloton 2, yeah.
Signify that enhancement has been applied.
I'm okay with this. This gives Scholar a unique thing that they're good at. I like things that make jobs unique. And after this, I actually want to show you guys the video that I made about the changes I would like for Bard.
Like Sprint, where your movement speed is...
what if it stacks with Peloton? Peloton can't be used in combat, sadly. I wish it did. I hope it does. That'd be neat. But maybe they give it to a healer. I think that makes sense. Sure.
And then another update would be there will be a fairly powerful enhancement that can be targeted to a single party member.
でちなみに今お話ししたその移動速度上昇が付与されるのはどっちかというとサブ効果で範囲軽減のアビリティなんですね。それは学者に。でさらに移動速度が一定時間。
It says even during combat, so maybe it can be used outside of it. Yeah, I think they just gave them Peloton.
That we mentioned earlier about quickening the movement speed of your party is actually like a fringe benefit of the action itself. It's actually meant to be.
Did she say a French benefit?
A damage reduction buff.
She probably said fringe.
That applies to like a range, an area of range.
まあスプリントとは重複しないんでね。そこは。
French forced march. Oh, is that what it's called? Forced march? Yeah, it's tactics. Yeah.
Sorry, that's about all we can share.
Yes, that's what that's what I wish Peloton was. A low duration, high cooldown mitigation by another flavor.
Last but not least.
All right. Hello, Sage. Oh, it's got a whole page to itself.
Have our Sage.
はい。でこちら、バリアヒーラーとして、必要な能力は一通り所持しております。
Yep. So, similar to Scholar, has a bunch of shields and stuff. AoE shield, single target shield.
ちょっと変わってるのがですね、
はい
敵を攻撃すると同時に
Able to attack enemies and heal designated
メンバー
partner.
を回
Yep.
復するっていう
Just like Scholar. Yep.
特徴があります。
And what's really unique about the Sage is
Oh, wait,
that
no.
While you are attacking an enemy, you can specify or target a party member to heal at the same time.
Oh, wait, no, this is
回
unique.
復とか回復用のリソースと攻撃用のリソースっていうものが、まあ、今回存在してます。まあ、ジョブハートと言ってると思います。
You can attack and heal at the same time. Do they have separate,
Draws
cool,
upon
like,
unique
global
resources
cooldowns?
for
Or?
healing and enhancements, as well as attack
Oh,
magic.
you have
As you
ammo.
can see in the job HUD example here.
これがですね、じゃあ、
はい
ちょっとまあ
It's damage healing. Oh, so maybe this is what people wanted from like a chemist class, where you like the more like you deal damage to heal.
するとまあ対象にヒールも走るよっていう。
Finally, a true DPS healer.
So again, to reiterate, you would designate a party member to sort of heal, and then as you attack your enemy, then whomever you designated will receive healing.
まあカルディアっていうアクションなんですけど、それでパーティーメンバーを一人 MT さんとかをこう指定してこうヒール受け持ちますみたいな状態にするって感じです。はい。
So this is called
DPS for more heals, yeah.
Cardia. Oh, I'm sorry, Cardia, and then you would typically, I think it would work well if you specify like your main tank, off tank, as your sort of designated person to heal.
It's funny that I and everybody joke about how all the jobs are technically DPS because you want to do damage with all of them. But if you think about it, all these different classes, they're kind of like specs. It's kind of like a spec. Like I was thinking, like, you know how specs in World of Warcraft, like how you pick a job or you pick a class and then you could be the tank spec or the damage spec. All of these are just like different specs in a way. You could have a spec where you have less regens and you have more shields instead. Or you could pick a spec where your damage is what heals them. You know? If you think about it that way, it's like the healer class. But which spec? I want to go with the Sage spec, where I deal damage to heal people. Or I go with the Scholar spec, where my heals are now shields instead.
So that you can execute your instant barrier heals.
If you think about it that way, it makes sense why everything's in a way a DPS.
And then in terms of like a gap closer.
Yeah, specs of the Warrior of Light class, yeah.
You may have noticed in the video that the Sage is kind of flying. So it's kind of positioned as a technical barrier healer.
これね、ちょっと実機でも説明難しいんだけど、一応出してみる？一応出してみるか。
So explaining this, like even on the gameplay screen, might be a bit complex. But,
Damage plus
I
different
guess
flavors of
we should try
utility.
it,
Exactly,
try
yeah.
to see it on the game screen.
Yes, please.
Okay, we're gonna see some gameplay.
はい、画面お願いします。
There it is. There she be.
こんな感じですね。
おお。
God, that looks so cool.
賢者です。It's Sage。
ここだけ見るとゲームがわからなくなるんですね。
Just looking at this image,
Echo's
you
asleep.
can't really distinguish like. Wait,
I'm gonna
what?
be a little quieter because Echo's asleep.
この剣具の収まり方結構こだわりましたんで。
確かに。
We were very particular about how these nulas are.
God, they look really cool. Yeah, this is going to be an ASMR stream now.
There's quite a lot of actions available.
Echo's over there, sleeping on the bed.
カルディアっていうアクション、まあ特徴
She's hugging two pillows with her
これを
arms.
使ってまず誰を主に回復するかっていう、まあ パートナーという言い方だとちょっと語弊があるのかもしれないですけど、まあ、して
I'm gonna stop this.
いく必要が。
You guys can watch the rest of the stream. Here's the link if you wish to watch it. I'm gonna show you guys the video that I made about bards. And the changes that I would want, and you can see the differences and stuff, like, of what we got. Thank you, Kermit D. Frog, for the five gifted subs. I think it's very interesting to look at this in hindsight. When did I make this? I made this in July. Hi, my name is JoCat. I like bards, and I also like Final Fantasy XIV. And I also like bards in Final Fantasy XIV, and wanted to make a basic video with minimal effort explaining what changes and additions I would like for bards in order to make it more fun to play. Not necessarily stronger, as that's more of a numbers and balancing problem that I don't feel qualified to talk about, and it also requires actual testing with, you know, systems that we don't have access to, but more on a design level. So I mentioned this because so many people, whenever they're talking about this job needs a buff or debuff or something, it's like you can't know what numbers they need unless you have the ability to test it yourself, right? So whenever someone's like, oh, if you gave them this ability, it'd be overpowered. It's like, you don't know that, you know? You maybe we could just tweak the numbers to make it not overpowered. So never do I mention, like, specific numbers. Like, I might say increase the duration of a thing, but what I also mean is that if it becomes overpowered, change something else about it to make it balanced, you know? These are also in the context that I don't have any expectations of any of these suggestions to be added in by the 14 dev team. Endwalker is already on the way, so many job design decisions are probably already set in stone. And they were, just like I expected. I also don't expect that they will ever see this video, nor will I be too mad if any of these wishes aren't fulfilled. I mean, I'll be a little... And I'm not. Little disappointed, but not at anyone in particular. This is just a fun thought experiment. And sharing a thing I thought would be cool. And also a humble bard can hope, right? So anyway, first thing, AoEs. So far, bard has, during regular mob pulls, probably 3 AoE buttons to press. Maybe just 2, if we're trying to be sticklers and biased. Compared to the other DPS who get like 4 or 5, or in the case of the Dancer, 9 AoEs to use during mob pulls. For a bard, all you got is Quick Knock, and then Rain of Death, which procs off Quick Knock sometimes, and then on occasion, Shadow Bite. Also, we've also got Apex Arrow, which I don't really count because you wait so long to you only use it at 100. So it's like, it's more of a finisher anyway. So, you know, you don't use that normally in your AoE rotation. So I'm not counting that one. Also, it's really weird because the fact that Rain of Death procs on Quick Knock promotes you to want to use Mage's Ballad. Also, Shadow Bite wants you to have dots on them, you know, just like Mage's Ballad. However, both your dots are single target. So you have to use your first 2 GCDs on Stormbite and Caustic Bite on a single target before you can start doing AoE. And that... Now, to start that out is not bad because you still do single targets when you Quick Knock. The problem is if you kill that single target, then you have to reapply those dots on another single target, and that is my problem with this AoE rotation, is that you have to spend multiple times reapplying your dots on a single target before you can start AoEing again. That feels really, really janky. So, you know, you go in, you do your thing, but then it's like, oh, I have to stop AoEing, and I have to use my 2 dots first. That doesn't feel very good, especially considering one of your AoE skills wants you to use your 2 dots. And that the clunk in that is that if you kill your target, then you have to reapply those dots if you want this AoE to do a lot of damage again. So I would propose an AoE version of Stormbite and Caustic Bite. I actually now, since I've learned about Bane from Summoner, would like Bard to get Bane. Since Summoner doesn't have dots anymore, this would be the perfect opportunity for Bard to have Bane. or just combine them together for like a single weaker AoE version that you can just use mobs with your dots. Next, I would also like an AoE version of Refulgent Arrow.
And we got that. We did. We got an AoE Refulgent Arrow, and I'm happy.
Because while you're AoEing, this proc, this special thing that, bards use all the time is kind of like not used. You just kind of get rid of one part of your kit, which I mean is normal for most AoEs, but I think, Barrage coming off cooldown, you just never use Barrage. So having a Refulgent Arrow for AoEs, proc off a Quick Knock, and potentially your, the AoE versions of Stormbite and Caustic Bite would be pretty cool. And
I don't know if it will proc off of Quick Knock, but I hope so.
Give you a reason to use Barrage during AoEs as well. So that's, let's say 2 additional AoEs now. We have the combined Stormbite and Caustic Bite, or if, the Stormbite and Caustic Bite. Let's say we combine them into a single skill, so you don't have to keep pressing so many
like Bane
AoE buttons. It's one more, and one more for the AoE Refulgent Arrow. Now, it did look like there was an AoE Refulgent Arrow in the Endwalker.
I was trying to find the word for benchmark.
Thingy, the
thingy.
You know what it's called.
Benchmark.
But like it, but you never know. And lastly, I would like an AoE version of Pitch Perfect, because Pitch Perfect...
Ooh, whoops. It didn't look like we got an AoE Pitch Perfect, unfortunately.
Comes from Wanderer's Minuet, and as much as I don't like Army's Paean and Mage's Ballad do both work during, mob pulls, during AoE rotation, because Mage's Ballad procs Reign of Death, and Army's Paean increases the speed of your global cooldown, which allows you to quick knock faster. So far, Wanderer's Minuet is the only one that doesn't help with your AoEing ability at all. It just procs a single target. So I think having an AoE Pitch Perfect would be pretty cool, so you can get a use out of Wanderer's Minuet.
Somebody said just use Pitch Perfect on the highest health enemy, and they also had this logic of just put your dots on each individual enemy, and I'm like, so by that logic, we just shouldn't have AoEs then. We should just hit them all individually. No, because that sucks.
When you AoE. Nextly, speaking of the songs, let's talk about the songs for a minute. Army's Paean needs a rework. It is, even if they buffed the numbers for it to make you go super fast, like ninja levels of fast, it still kind of feels less impactful than the rest. I feel it's not as fun. It's just kind of like you set it and forget. You just don't have to do anything. Which Bard is already a pretty busy class, so it does give you a little bit of breathing room. But I don't know, it just doesn't feel as great, and it even promotes you to get rid of it as soon as you get 4 stacks. So I don't know, change it to something. I don't know what, but I don't know, something else that would be more fun. Mage's Ballad is fine, like I said. Have an AoE for Caustic and Stormbite, so that, Mage's Ballad can have even more use. And like I said, Wanderer's Minuet, AoE version of Pitch Perfect would be nice. The only thing really is Army's Paean. Oh, wait, actually, one thing about Mage's Ballad. A second charge of Bloodletter would be nice, because sometimes whenever I'm Mage's Ballading, I use Bloodletter and then a second one immediately comes, and there are some cases where, I can see that my my Apex arrow bar increases, but I didn't use my Bloodletter yet, which implies to me that I got a second Bloodletter, which is wasted now because
I don't know if we have a second charge of Bloodletter. I sure hope so.
Because I only have 1 charge. A second charge of Bloodletter would go a long, long way in making sure that those charges, those procs do not go to waste. And now for some wacky stuff. This is just stuff that I thought could shake up Bard a bit. And I anticipate a few people may think it's way too out there and might be broken or not very fun, no matter how the dev team balances it. But hey, I just like throwing ideas at the wall and seeing what sticks. Firstly, Paladin. I would like Paladin to work in combat.
And guess who got it? The Scholar. Scholar got Combat Paladin. But I guess I kind of called it, right? I kind of got what I wanted.
Change the cooldown to maybe like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, 50 seconds at max, and have the duration last like 10 seconds. Right now, it's a press of a button. It's a press and forget between mob pulls and has 0 usage in boss fights. I think this extra utility would give ranged DPS a useful advantage in certain scenarios and a nice, utility, just as all jobs do. Like, people might think that, oh, this makes ranged DPS mandatory. It's like, okay, yeah, but Limit Break makes melee DPS mandatory, but you don't always have a melee DPS, right? Because melee DPS are flat out better than every other job when it comes to limit breaks on single target bosses. I think this is no different. It makes ranged DPS better at bosses that require more mobility, and I think that's fine.
I think it's great that jobs are better and worse at different fights. I think that is great, and that differentiates them, and that gives them a niche and stuff.
Maybe even up the speed to be near.
Am I watching me before the Final Fantasy XIV? So we're finishing it off, basically. Yeah, they're watching it again. I'm pretty much done. I'm just talking about like what I wanted versus what I got. And then after I'm done watching this, you guys can watch the Paladin one if you really want to. It's on JoCat personal channel. Oh, hey, Larry, I got a reaction. I would watch that, but it's very late where I am. Echo is asleep right now, and I am tired, and I want to go to bed. So we'll finish this up, and then I'll call the stream, and we'll rate somebody.
Near sprint speed. But yeah, just like all jobs do, it would be better at this scenario. And it also wouldn't be necessary, just like arm's length is not mandatory in most fights. Since every fight and with avoidable AoEs is designed without sprint in mind. So I don't think making Paladin work in combat would break the game too much.
Just like how every fight is designed without resurrection in mind. And they are. Think about that.
Secondly, because of the fact that your songs are based on RNG, I think it would be neat to have a Red Mage's acceleration style skill. So acceleration, what it does is it makes your black and white magic auto proc, like no matter what the other red and white magic. So that would be cool for Bard if they got something that like your dots.
I've changed my mind on this because of what is it called? Imperial Arrow is basically acceleration. But perhaps Imperial Arrow could have a lower cooldown. I personally feel it's fine as it is, but I know a lot of other people don't like Bard's RNG.
Would auto proc your song things, your song special effects. The duration for that, I don't know. Once again, I don't know. Maybe like 15 seconds, so that's like 5 stacks, or maybe longer. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a numbers guy, and that's balancing that will require actual testing and number crunching. But I think that sort of skill would allow Bard to really be the in-between of Dancer and Machinist as the some RNG range job. Machinist being no RNG and Dancer being all the RNG. And lastly, a gap closer. We saw that Summoner is getting a gap closer, and I think there's usefulness in a ranged job having a gap closer.
And the monkey's paw curled again, as so many other jobs got gap closers, but I don't think Bard did. But that's okay. I don't think Bard needs a gap closer. But anyway, I think that's good. Let's find someone to raid. You know what? I am going to no Ross. Ross has got quite a audience. Let's see. Let's raid Commander, maybe? Oh, he's been on for 8 hours. I don't know when he's gonna end. Vagrant? Yeah. Let's raid Vagrant. He's a cool guy. Yeah. Let's raid him. Or maybe Rin. I don't know. Yeah, let's raid Vagrant. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. I'm gonna go to bed now, everybody. Raid Digital Vagrant. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for joining me in this very unorthodox stream while I'm at a hotel, in a hotel room, not on my main computer. Yeah, hopefully, not hopefully, but Necrohunt will return and continue starting on the 22nd, and things should get back to normal. Good night, everybody.